Anong ano mo dyan? Anong ISP mo?
Ano po? Ano lang ako eh. Mobile data.
Mobile data?
Yeah. Smart.
Sa phone mo lang. Galing
Opo.
Nice.
Okay. Ayan. So, nasa YouTube na tayo. So, ito yung... Tat ko lang Nakikita mo naman yata, di ba doon sa live on YouTube, merong copy streaming link. Nasa phone ka ba? O sa
Hindi
desktop?
po. Laptop.
Nasa desktop, laptop. So yun, di ba doon sa live on YouTube, merong arrow, may lalabas siya na ano?
Parang pwedeng i-share.
Ano na?
Ano po ba? I-share, gano'n?
Later on na lang, kapag hindi na sila makapasok, nasa waiting room sila, message mo na lang yung streaming link.
Okay. Sige po.
Joseph, pakitapat nga sa akin to. Hindi ako tinatamaan. Okay. 6:43. Re-record pala pati ito no?
I-start nyo na po.
Naka-automatic kasi na-start siya.
Later kung i-ano nyo ata, pwedeng edit. Pwede mo natin.
Pero natin i-pause muna. Pause muna yung recording. Ayan. Alam nga. Siguraduhin ko lang kung live stream page ay working. What else do I need to do? Close ko to. Stop ko muna yung recording kasi sa cloud siya nagre-record. Local na lang ako magre-record. 60 participants. Okay, yan. Okay na to. Okay na to. One minute. Okay, share screen 73. Okay. Kita mo yung screen, Lee?
Yes po, yes.
Okay. Sige. Ano ka hide to? Start na natin yung recording. Record on this computer. So, hello everyone. If you are watching on the replay, we will be starting in about 9 or 10 minutes. So you can forward the video to the maybe 9 or 10 minute mark, because we're just going to, in a few minutes, I'll be opening the room for the people who are in the waiting room. But if you are watching on the recording, welcome to the how to buy properties with little or no money down. Okay. To make the most out of this webinar, I suggest that you put your phone on silent, turn off notifications, close other tabs, focus on this, at least for the next hour or two. And I'd like you to take down notes and ask questions. Okay, so Feel free to wait, while I open this up to the others. But feel free also to forward, forward the video to probably around 9 or 10 minute mark. Okay. All right, so let us open the room. Okay, so hello everyone. To those of you who are inside the room, welcome to the How to Buy Properties with Little or No Money Down. Okay. While we are waiting, we will start at exactly 7 o'clock. So we have a few minutes. While we're waiting, I would suggest that you put your phone on silent or turn off notifications, both on your phone or on your desktop, wherever you're watching this. Um, yeah, just so that you won't get distracted. So we're going to be talking a lot of things. Some of you mentioned that you are just new at this thing. Um, you don't know real estate yet. So I highly recommend that you focus in the next hour or two, and ask your family maybe to give you an hour free from distractions. Okay, and then I would suggest that you take down notes and ask questions. Okay. Also, please do me a favor, please click the survey link in the chat box. So I put up a link in the chat box. If you have not answered the link, you're here, you haven't answered the link, please click that as well. And for the benefit of everyone, please mute your microphones. Yeah. I'll be asking my friend Lee, please monitor the participants. You can, I think you should be able to mute everyone else. And so I'm joined here by one of my students. He will be monitoring the proceedings. And so if you have any concerns, feel free to put it in the chat box. Can you see my screen? I just want to check. Can you type in the chat box if you can see my screen, if you can hear me clearly? All right. Yes. Very good. Great. Great. And can you also give me an idea, where are you as you are listening to this webinar? Which part of the world are you in? Okay, so we have from Pasig, Cebu, Marikina. Okay, from Marikina as well. Pampanga, Zamboanga. All right, Rojas City, Australia. Wow. Welcome from down under. Cebu, Makati. All right. So you're all from different places. Now, in the past run, one of the participants requested that I conduct the webinar in English. So for the benefit of those that don't understand Tagalog or Filipino very well, I think we have some foreigners. I don't know if they're already in the room, but there were foreigners that signed up. So for their benefit, I will be speaking in English. So I hope that is okay. Okay. Sometimes I'll put in a little bit of Filipino here and there, but mostly I'll be conducting the webinar in English. Okay. All right. So again, we still have a few more people coming in. Dubai. All right. Hello from Dubai. Palawan. Nice, nice. Tuguegarao, BGC, Imus, QC, Eastern Samar. Okay. Dao, Bulacan. So we really are from, no, you guys are all from different places. Okay. And Marikina from fellow Marikina. Okay, hello, hello. Okay. Please mute your mics so that the others will not be distracted by other noise or extra noise. Okay. Now this is being recorded. Hopefully, the recording will turn out fine, so that you will be free to review. Now, if you want to review what we have discussed, um, this will be recorded. Okay. Who is excited? I am done with the pre-survey. All right. So sorry for those who have not yet. If you have not yet filled up the survey, there was a survey link in the email earlier. So if you have not filled up the survey, please do so now while we're waiting. We still have around 3 minutes, so we will start in 3 minutes. So while we're waiting, please fill up the survey. It will help me, make future trainings much better. Okay. So I do plan to come up with more topics in the future. So if you help me by answering the survey, I will know, what topics to discuss in the future. Thank you, Isabel. Yes, thank you. It was my birthday yesterday. Okay. So I'm already 20 plus years old. So only the plus differs. So lahat man tayo to. I think lahat tayo 20 plus na, no? Thank you, Raquel. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. And thank you. Thank you, guys. So we still have a lot more people coming in. Yes, thank you very much. Medyo mahirap basahin yung pangalan mo, no? D10SJCH. You may want to change your name because if you have questions later, I'll be able to address you properly. Yeah.
Hindi ko marinig, Cos.
Okay, and please mute your mics. Please mute. So we have 200 people already in the room. Thank you for the birthday greetings. We will start in 1 minute na lang pala. We will start in 1 minute. Okay.
Muted by host. You are muted by host. Bakit?
Yes po. Please mute your phones muna so that people will not be distracted. And maybe next time I'll get the webinar plugged in. So this is a meet in Zoom. This is a meeting. I know merong mute all. I think. Pero when they come in kasi, and current and new. Okay. Meron palang feature. Thank you. So pwedeng i-mute pati yung mga incoming. All right. So thank you, Sherwin. All right. Thank you for those who have already answered the survey. If you have not yet answered the survey, please do so. And okay, so it's already 7. Okay, so I want to respect those who came in early. So thank you for those who came in early. Lee, please just monitor the waiting room, let people in as they come in. And we will now start the webinar. Okay, just checking. We're already on live. Okay. So guys, welcome to the How to Invest in Real Estate with Little or No Money Down. So I am Ronald Cagape. I will be your speaker for this evening. So I help professionals and business owners build 7+ figure passive income portfolios. So you can find me at fb.me/dealmakerronald. So that is my Facebook page. Some of you may want to follow that, follow that, like that page, so that you'll be informed of future events. Okay, who am I? I really don't have special advantages. No, I was not born rich. I'm just like everyone else. Okay. Okay. I was actually born from a poor family. So my mother was a public school teacher. My father was a security guard. So that's why I can say I don't have special advantages. I was not born rich. I don't have rich relatives. I don't have business or investment training. So I studied chemical engineering, in UP, and it took me 8 years to finish that. So uh, I'm not as I'm not a special student or anything. So maybe I have a bit of you know uh, advantage in terms of IQ, but in business that's not an advantage. So for those of you who are wondering, if you can do this, if you can do this no money down thing, if you can invest in real estate, even if you don't have a lot of money, then yes, I'm the evidence. No, you can do this even if you don't have a lot of money. When I started out, I didn't have a lot. Okay, so yeah, I had zero money. In fact, I even had piles of credit card debt and salary loans when I was starting out. So when I bought my first property, which was a six-door apartment, I actually had credit card debt and salary loans. I just got married at that time, and kinulang. I didn't have enough for my wedding. I don't know if you can relate for those of you who are married. I don't know if you can relate. Um, I saved up for it, but it wasn't enough. So I ended up using my credit card to pay for some other things, pay for the expenses that we had in our honeymoon. And so I had salary loans and credit card debt when I started out. So whatever it is that I'm going to teach you, um, you will be able to do it even if you don't have savings, even if you don't have money, and even if you have some debt. Of course, I would highly recommend that you do everything to pay off your debts. But maybe this is something that that can help you. Okay. So welcome, still have some people coming in from Bohol, Cainta, QC, Mandaluyong. Welcome, welcome to the webinar. Okay. So I wrote the book No Money Down Formula in Real Estate to share my experiences. If you have not seen the book, I would suggest after the webinar, check out nomoneydownformula.com. This will actually help you implement some of the things that I will be sharing with you today. Okay, so my first deal was a six-door townhouse. I was able to buy that even if I did not have a lot of money. Okay, using the principles that I will share with you here. And since then, I've bought, sold, and brokered more than 200 million pesos worth of properties. So sometimes I was just a broker. Sometimes I'm the principal. I bought the property and then I sold it. So for the past since 2004, that's around 16 years. That's what I've been doing. In the beginning, it was mainly part-time. From 2004 to 2010, no, it was part-time. But from 2010 up to now, I've been an active broker and an active investor. Okay, so meron lang tayong mga drawings. Please don't draw anything on the screen. Ayan. Okay, and then yeah, I shared my experiences in the book No Money Down Formula. So I hope you'll check that out, nomoneydownformula.com. Unfortunately, I already ran out of printed copies. So right now I only have the digital copies. So you can order that on the website. Okay. All right, now why are you here? Okay, can you give me an idea? Some of you are, of course, interested in the topic. You want to know how to invest in property and how to invest in real estate with little or no money down. Aside from that, why are you here? Why are you spending your Saturday? Diba? Okay, for QCOM, walang marinig. Uh, please make sure to choose audio. Okay. All right, so you want to learn more. You want to learn how I did it. You're pivoting, so Java is pivoting, so that's the reason why you're here. Yes, some of you are probably. I hope you were not laid off. Some of you um, are probably struggling because maybe your business got closed down and it's not yet open. And to get tips, yes, learn from experience. Um Hopefully get another stream of income. Yeah, want to know another way to earn money. All right, to learn the best strategy in real estate. So no money down is not the best strategy. It's just one of the strategies. To be honest, the best strategy is to buy cash. If you already have cash, buy cash. But if you don't have a lot of cash, then no money down is definitely a strategy for you. How to protect from swindlers. Okay, so unfortunately, we will not cover that, but I'll probably answer that in the Q&A. So you stay up for the Q&A. All right. Big fan of Robert Kiyosaki and Ken McElroy. All right, great. Get passive income, retire early. Curious how real estate works. You want to learn about foreclosures. All right. Can you still accept participants in the webinar? Yes. So we have right now we have 330 participants in this webinar. We can still accept a few more. Ayan, hanggang 150 ang ating capacity. Okay, so feel free to share, gain some insights. All right, all right. Oh, wow, great to have your own property. Yes. So the principles that I will share you here, no, you can use that to buy your own property, buy your first home. That could be your first investment. All right. So thank you for sharing your answers. Okay. Now, unfortunately, there were some of you that were asking the wrong questions. So some of you, answered to the welcome email. They sent in their questions. Some were asking the wrong questions. They were asking, which is better, a condo a townhouse, or house and lot, or is it better to buy a lot and build than buy something that's already there? For me, this is not the right question because the truth is you can make money whatever the property. And so whether condo yan or whether it's a townhouse or house and lot, you can make money out of it. So the type of property doesn't matter. Okay. Some are asking, where should you invest right now? Where's the best place to invest right now? Now, while that is an important question, location is important, and we will discuss that. That's also not the right question, no, to ask. And I'll explain later why. Now, some are asking mga details, what are the taxes and expenses? And of course, this is important. Yes, but for this particular webinar, this is also not really the right question. It's important, but it's not really the right question to ask. When you are attending webinars or seminars like this, and I'll guide you later. What are the right questions to ask? Now, there's also a very common question: is it safe today to invest in real estate? But we have a pandemic going on. We have a crisis going on. Is it safe to invest today in real estate? So we're going to tackle that. Okay, so it's an important question, very important question. But like I said, no, it's not really, that should not really be the top question that you should be asking. And I'll guide you later. Okay, so it's not the type of property or the location or how much money do you need to get started. So those are not really the questions that you should be asking. So the first question that I suggest that you ask is, why real estate? Why even get into real estate? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Because you need to have a firm belief. You need to have a strong belief to get into real estate, because even though I will share with you um, how you can invest with little or no money, still a lot of money is involved in real estate, because it will not come from you. It will come from other sources. So a lot of money is still involved. But so you need to be very sure that you want to get into real estate. So this is the first part that I was going to address. Okay, why invest in real estate? Okay, next question is, what questions do I need to ask? Right, what are the right questions to ask? So we will tackle that, and then what are the systems that you need to put in place to succeed in real estate investing. So more or less, that's going to be our direction. These are the things that we will tackle now in this evening. Then we will have around a 30 plus minute Q&A. So I just put in here 30 minutes to address the question and answer. No, I will not be able to answer all the questions. In fact, I got 25 pages of questions from you guys. 2,000 people signed up for this webinar, but we have only 350 here. But a lot of you sent in questions. I will not be able to answer everything, but I will stay here for 30 minutes or so. Okay, because I also want to respect your time. So I don't want to drag this meeting too long. Okay, so definitely we will not cover selling real estate here. I have a couple of people that are agents and brokers. So they signed up here. They wanted to learn more about real estate, but I will not be talking about selling real estate. In fact, I will not be selling anything, any property in here. So I will not be offering any properties for sale in here. I will teach you, okay, I will share with you principles, how to get started in real estate investing. So that's my focus for this evening. It may be a topic for a future webinar. If you're interested to learn, how to sell real estate, I actually have a video for that. If you received my emails, I shared a video for selling real estate. But if you want a more in-depth discussion, well, I'm going to tackle this in the future. Okay. All right. Now let's address this particular problem first, because there were some of you that said, no, you're just starting out, you don't have capital yet, you don't have a lot of cash, you don't have a lot of money to get started, in real estate. So I want to address the money question or the money issue first. So later on, I will share the no money down formula, but this is very important. Okay, very, very important, because money is not a real estate issue. Okay, so like Shaila, this was her challenge. Usually there's a huge down payment for the property. I would have to loan it, tapos I would have to loan again to pay the balance. Okay, so while you can do this, this is not recommended. So I wouldn't recommend that you do this. You'll be too far down into debt, baka malugi ka. All right, maybe the property will not work out for you. Okay, so Jonathan also said, I'm trying to find ways how to earn more. I'm working on my dreams. I'm working on my career, and I want to invest, in my home in the future. But my resources are really limited. So I really like to know how to invest in real estate. Yeah. So if this is you, now if you're here because your resources are limited, so good news, I will tell you how to invest. Even if you don't have a lot of money, but we have to discuss this first, because money is not a real estate issue. It's a personal finance issue. Okay? It's about you, how you manage your money. So I want you to address that. Okay, because no, you need to commit to increase your income, whatever it takes. Okay, so if you're not earning enough right now, okay, you have to make a commitment to increase your income, whatever it takes. Whether it's to find a better job, or get promoted, or start a new stream of income. Some of you have said you're here because you want to increase your income. So I commend you for that. Okay, so I need you to make that commitment to increase your income, whatever it takes. Okay, but at the same time, commit to reduce your expenses also. Tipid-tipid muna, di ba? Sacrifice muna. So you need to reduce your expenses, whatever it takes. Be aggressive. Um, it has to be both. So because sometimes people, so when you increase your income, you also increase your expenses. So that's not the way to do it. All right. So managing your money, that's a personal finance issue. Okay, it's not really a real estate issue. So that is something that I just wanted to address right at the very beginning, because if I teach you how to make money in real estate, you make a lot of money, but you spend all of it anyway, then you'll be back, struggling. You will always have this struggle when it comes to investing in real estate. Okay, right? Because the first lesson of is investing. The first lesson of investing is live within your means first. Okay, live within your means, and then expand your means. Okay. So I hope you will make that commitment. If you agree, please type in the chat box. Agree. Just say, or live within your means. Okay. Oh, may question, meron po ba itong certificate? Wala po tayong certificate here. Wala certificate, in this webinar. All right, so I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad that you agree. Okay, because I've seen people, I have seen investors that they've made a lot of money, but they spend it anyway. So bumabalik lang. So you're just going back into the beginning. All right. So live within your means. And yung suggestion nga, you should live below your means. Okay, live below your means. That's how you can make this work for you. Okay. Because it's useless to teach you to make money if you will spend all of it anyway. All right. So once you're making money, commit to set aside 20% or more for investment. Okay. Commit to set aside 20% or more. This will solve the problem of lacking resources. But if you lack money, then you have to make a commitment, right? Make a commitment to save 20% or more. Yun dapat yung target. That should be your target. If you're making, maybe if you're making only 20,000 right now, save 4,000. Diba? If the government is taxing you, diba? 20,000 wala pa yata tax yan, diba? But if the government is taxing you, diba? You're paying for PhilHealth, you're paying for SSS, etc. So you should be setting aside money for investment as well. You should be matching it or even exceeding it. Now, if you're earning 100,000, I know that I've known people that are earning a lot of money. They had a high salary, but they also spend a lot. Diba? They go on travels. They buy the latest phone. They buy the latest gadgets. They eat in nice restaurants. Diba? Favorite samgyupsal buffet. Sarap kasi kumain eh. It's fun to eat. But if that's the way that you live your lifestyle, then maybe that's the reason why you don't have enough money to invest. Okay, so make sure that you're setting aside 20% or more for investment. That's how you have a lot of you get the resources to invest in real estate. Because I'd like you to create a vision. You need to create a vision of investing huge amounts of money in real estate, because you will not be able to get financial freedom with just one property. But if it's just one house or one condo, you won't become financially free with that strategy. Okay, you need to have a lot of properties. So you need to have that vision that you will be investing huge amounts of money. You'll be investing millions into real estate. Okay, and it all starts by saving 20% of your money every month. Every time that you make money, you should be setting aside money. Okay, of course we can start small. So I will teach you how to get started. Okay, but have that vision. Just want you to have that vision, because that's how you get out of the rat race. No, but first you need to avoid this strategy. Okay, what is it that you need to avoid doing? No, avoid buying and hoping that your property will increase in value. Okay, so because that's what I call the buy and hope strategy. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, I have a friend that I actually commend my friend, because he took the bold step of investing in real estate. Now, this was done many years ago. So I think nag-increase na naman yung value ng property niya. But he bought a lot somewhere in Los Baños. Um, this was back in the early 2000s. And he gathered four of his friends. They chipped in. Nag-chip in sila. They contributed money to buy a property. And this was a lot in Los Baños. Unfortunately, that particular lot did not have right of way. There was no right of way going to the lot, and there was no development happening there for the longest time. Now I think meron na. There's development happening now, but for the longest time, 10, 15 years, nothing was happening in that part of Los Baños. So because they bought property, they bought it cheaply, because they were thinking that maybe after 10 years or 15 years, the property values will rise. Okay, now in general, that is correct. In general, when you buy property, no, the value will rise. But that doesn't happen for all locations, like especially for this one. It's cheap for a reason. Okay, if a property is cheap, you need to understand: is it cheap because of the location, or is it cheap because of some other reason? Diba? So i- now some of you actually bought properties that are brand new. Okay, if it's brand new, then definitely you have to wait until the developments come in, before you can experience the appreciation. Now, unfortunately, there are some developments now they get delayed. So of course, the appreciation gets delayed then. Diba? Or there are sometimes there are subdivisions where the lots are sold, and the buyers, they're all investors, that they don't build houses, they don't live there. When that happens, that community doesn't develop because no one lives there. So if that happens, your investment will not necessarily increase in value. So because that's the hope strategy. So you buy property and you hope that the value will increase in time. But hope is not a strategy. Okay, so I hope that you don't get into real estate buying something and just hoping that uh, the value will rise. Okay, I will give you strategies. I will give you the proper strategy. So you have to make deals. Okay, you have to buy. Um, when you buy a property, it should make sense already, right at the very beginning. Because in real estate, you make money when you buy. Diba? And I'll show you later how. So you get into a property where you already have a target profit. You already know how much you're going to make. That's how you make deals. No, in real estate. That's how I would recommend that you do it. And you really don't need a lot of time. You can do this part time because you won't be making deals every month anyway, especially in the beginning. Now, when you're learning, while you're still learning this, you'll probably just do one deal in every year. And even with that, sulit na yan, because you'll be making large amounts of money anyway in real estate. Because of the amount of money involved, now even with one deal, you can make good income already. Okay, so my suggestion is that you make deals in real estate. You make deals that make sense in the beginning, where you already have a target profit. You already make money right at the very beginning. Okay. So how can you do that in real estate? Well, why even invest in real estate? I'm going to share with you 4 magic questions that will justify the why invest in real estate. And we're going to compare real estate with a very popular investment, which is stocks. Okay, so I'm not an enemy of stocks. I have investments in the stock market as well. And this is, when you're starting out, this is one of the easiest investments to get into because there's not a lot of money involved. Okay, but real estate has some advantages over stocks. So that's why I would encourage you, while you're investing in stocks, commit to invest in real estate as well at the same time. Okay. Now, why? First question. Okay, I will need your participation here. So I'm going to be asking some questions, and I will ask you to uh, respond. Okay, respond in the chat box. Okay. So there are some people who are saying I don't hear anything. I think I'm still okay naman, ano? So Regina, please don't record. Uh, I am recording, so I will be sharing the replay later. Okay. And all right. So just looking at the chat box while um, before I introduce the first question. Okay. Okay. Can hear very clearly. All right. So first question. First, suppose you had 1 million to invest. So you had 1 million pesos and you buy stocks with that 1 million pesos. Okay, so how much worth of stocks can you buy with your 1 million pesos? So can you answer in the chat box? So let's have some participation. And, okay, 1M, yes, so 1M as well. Diba? Some of you can buy a little bit less, or some of you can buy 1M. It depends, and yeah, and depends on which stock, etc. And it can there's minus 3%. Okay, minus the cost. I think 3% is a bit high, but there are discount brokers that charge less than that. Okay, so you have 1 million, you can buy 1 million worth of stocks. All right, but if you have 1 million, okay, if you have 1 million to invest, how much worth of real estate can you buy? So can you answer that? Irene, 20 million. Wow, grabe. None daw, none. You cannot buy. If you only had 1 million, di ba? You cannot buy real estate. Carlo can buy at least two. Ayan, ayan. 3 million, 10 million. Pang down payment lang. True, true. Your 1 million, you can actually use that as down payment to buy a property, let's say worth 3 million or maybe even 5 million. But that's the first advantage kasi of real estate. Di ba? You can buy more than what you have right now. That's leverage. Okay, that's leverage. You can use leverage. You really can't use leverage with stocks. Although merong margin, pero the most that you can do is double. So if you had 1 million, you could get into margin trading, but margin trading is very risky. So I wouldn't recommend that. But in real estate, that's how it is. Now, if you had 1 million, maybe if you're not very aggressive, you can use your 1 million as a 50% down payment, buy a property that's worth 2 million. Okay, and you will see later why that is such a big advantage. Okay, and kung provincial lot lang. So, ayan, di ba? Ang dami. There's one saying you can buy 4 properties kung saan latera, di ba? So maraming strategy, di ba? But leverage is one of the biggest advantages of real estate. And I'll illustrate later why. Question number 2. So balik tayo. When you buy stocks with your 1 million and you bought it at 1 million, how much is the value of that stock at that particular time? Diba? So if you used your 1 million to buy 1 million of stocks, what is the value of your stocks? So about 1 million or less than 1 million. Diba? Tama. So tama si Toby, Irene, 1M. Kung ano yung pinasok mo, diba? Whatever you put in, that will be the value. It may be undervalued. Diba? You're probably value investing, diba? Maybe the stock is undervalued right now. But at this particular moment, the 1 million that you bought is also 1 million. Kasi if you resell your stocks right away, that's almost the same amount of money that you'll get. Merong konting bawas from the fees. So there's a bit of reduction from the expenses. But with real estate, yan. With real estate, diba, you used your 1 million as down payment for a property that is worth 5 million. Yung price niya is 5 million. What is the value of that property at the moment that you bought it? Ayan. Magkano yung property? How much is that property at the moment that you bought it? So minimum 6 million. So no, so Kenneth, I want to make sure that this is clear. You know? The price is 5 million, but you paid a down payment of 1 million. So meron kang utang na 4 million that you used a housing loan. Diba? You used a housing loan to pay the 4 million. Yeah. So some are saying 5 million. Yeah. Am I talking about stocks that are publicly traded? Yes, publicly traded stocks. Yeah. 1 million, 5 million. So most of you are saying 5 million. But actually, diba? Actually, if you bought a property that is worth 5 million, it's actually possible that the seller sold you, was a very good seller. The agent was very good and the property was overpriced. Diba? It's possible. Okay? I don't know if you agree with me, pero that's possible. Nabentahan ka. Di ba? Magaling yung nagbebenta and gustong-gusto mo yung property. Di ba? You're probably competing with other people. The property was actually probably worth 4 million lang or 4.5 million. But because you love the property, you were willing to pay it at 5 million. That is possible. Okay? Now someone is saying prevailing market value, but sino ba nagsiset ng market value? Diba? So it is also possible, diba? It's also possible that the other way is also true. Diba? Someone was in a hurry. Diba? The property was worth what, 7 million or 6 million? Kahit 6 million na lang. The property was worth 6 million and they were willing to discount it to 5 million because they just want to dispose the property. That has happened a lot of times to me. Okay? So that is the that is another advantage of real estate. The price is negotiable. You can negotiate the price. Everything is negotiable in real estate. You can't actually do that with stocks. Whatever the stockbroker tells you the price is, that's what he will give you. But with real estate, no, you can negotiate everything. Now, maybe except with developers. No, with developers, you don't have a lot of negotiation room, no, with developers. But we're talking about the resale market. No, you go out from the developers kasi there are also good deals from existing properties. Yung mga existing na meron ng nakatira for a long time. There are good deals there. And even with banks, some of you are interested, with foreclosed properties, di ba? Uh, that's also a possible source. Kasi some banks may sell it at a lower price than the value. Some banks, medyo kung malalaki yan, like BPI, BDO, they're selling at market value already. But there are banks that are selling still at below market value. And you can even negotiate, right? You can even negotiate the purchase price. So that is the second big advantage. Now, you make money just by negotiating. Okay. Next advantage. Okay. If you buy stocks with your 1 million, what can you do to increase its value? Do you have any ideas? What can you do to increase the value of the stock? Diba? Well, you just wait. You can't do anything. Well, you cannot. You can hope. You hope that it rises up. But yeah, you can pray. Well, there's timing. You can't influence the value. And actually, uh, for the person who said timing, it's really hard to time the market. You have to. Sabi nga ni Edward Lee, who is the chairman of COL Financial, if he knew the direction of where the direction of the market will go, he would be very rich already. Mayaman na. Pero mayaman si Edward Lee. So, but you can't increase the value of the stock. Even if you buy, say, if you buy Jollibee stock and you just eat in Jollibee 365 days of the year, hindi mag-increase yung value niya. Okay, so it's really, you just hope that you made the right pick and it will increase in value. But with real estate, diba, you use your 1 million as a down payment for a property that you bought at 5 million. What can you do to increase its value? Grabe, ang dami. There's a lot that you can do. Kahit i-repaint mo lang eh. Yung property that is old, na binili mo, papinturahan mo lang, the value will already increase. You can already resell it at a higher value just because you repainted it. Or kahit ipa-landscape mo lang, di ba, kung bumili ka na lumang property na ang dumi-dumi, no, it's dirty, there's a lot of grass, luma na yung tiles, palitan mo lang yung tiles, invest ka lang ng kaunti. You can increase its value. There's a lot of things that you can do to massively increase its resale value. Okay, because you have control of the asset. So this is the biggest thing for me, right? If you have control of the asset, you control your destiny. You control where you will take your property. I mean, right now there's a pandemic. Now, if you're a stock investor, uh, you probably lost a lot of paper value, diba? From probably lost what 30-40% from last year, diba? So, but if you know if you bought property now, but you can do a lot of things, to increase its value right now. If you needed to say, if you need to dispose of it, marami kang pwedeng gawin, to increase its value, to sell it. Ayan, 'di ba? O kasama merong mga paper lost. Ayan. So because you have control of the property. So that's why I would suggest that you invest in real estate first. 'Di ba? Invest in real estate, or at least invest in real estate at the same time as you invest with stocks, because you have control. You're not hoping, you're not waiting. Okay. Last question. Question number 4. 'Di ba? If you bought stocks for 1 million and then a few years have passed and it has already increased in value, 'di ba? What can you do to capitalize on the profit, to enjoy the profit? 'Di ba? You need to sell. Ayan. So thank you, Rel. Yeah. That's how you need to sell some of it. Now, if you want to enjoy the 1 million peso profit, then you will need to sell 1 million pesos worth of stock and iwan mo yung 1 million. Okay, so kumbaga bawi pa lang. You just get your money back. You don't have the profit. The profit is still there. Diba? You can also get dividends. Yes, you can get dividends. You cannot refinance with stocks. You cannot refinance with stocks, but you can refinance, with real estate. So with real estate, so let's imagine this. Imagine this. You bought real estate with a 1 million peso down payment, and uh, at a price at 5 million, and then nag-increase na yung value, 'di ba? Sa stocks, if your 1 million doubled in price, then you'll have 2 million. Okay, but this is where the sweet advantage of real estate is. You put in 1 million for a down payment for a property that's worth 5 million. To get your 1 million, to double your money, you don't need the property to double in value. Kahit 20% increase lang yan, 'di ba, mag-increase lang siya to 6 million, then you've already doubled your 1 million. So that's the advantage kasi of leverage. Paano pa pag nagdoble? 'Di ba, yung 1 million mo, nagdoble yung value from 5 million naging 10, 'di ba? Then you've already massively increased the money that you put into real estate. Okay. So we're only talking about yung straight up na value. But what if you put into synergy all of the advantages? 'Di ba yung 5 million mo, nag-invest ka pa ng konti, dinoble mo yung value, dinriple mo yung value. And then ngayon, how do you enjoy? 'Di ba yung 5 million mo naging 10 million na. How do you enjoy? Nabanggit na refinancing. Yes, refinancing is available in the Philippines. Paano yung refinancing? So halimbawa, yung property mo naging 10 million na. Meron kang from 4 million, bumaba na yung loan mo, naging ano na lang. For example, 1 million na lang. So what you can do is you can refinance. Yung refinance, maglo-loan ka ulit against the property. So sabi mo kay banko, I'd like to take out a loan again. For refinancing, normally 50% na lang. So yung 10 million mo, you can get a 5 million loan. Yung 5 million loan na yon, babayaran yung balance mo. So for example, kung 1 million na lang yung balance mo, sa 5 million, ibabawas yung 1 million. Meron ka ngayong 4 million in cash. Okay. So question ko, dun sa 4 million mo na cash, meron ba yung tax? Are you going to pay tax on that? So sabi ni Franz, yes. Wala. Yes, walang tax yun. Kasi hindi mo naman binenta eh. You did not sell the property. Okay, magbabayad ka lang ng tax if you sold the property, merong capital gains na 6%. Okay, pero kung nag-refinance ka, walang tax 'yon. Of course, may bawas yan, may konting processing fees yan. And syempre magbabayad ka ng interest. But the key there is kung ipapaupa mo yung property, i-rent out mo yung property para yung payment dun sa bago mong loan manggagaling na from the tenants. All right, you'll rent out the property so that whatever payments for the new loan you'll get from the rental income that you get in the property. Okay, so all of these advantages, diba? Yung advantages of uh, having control, being able to negotiate the value of the property, being able to increase its value and use leverage. These are the reasons why I believe uh, real estate is the best investment out there. Okay, because you can make this work for you. Are all banks giving refinancing? I don't know if all. No, I'm sure yung mga commercial bank, no, if they engage in real estate, then they will refinance. Normally, ang hindi nagre-refinance, yung mga investment bank. Yan, you can't get refinancing from investment banks. But all banks that engage in the housing market, yan, lahat sila, they can refinance your property. Okay? Ayan. So I hope that okay, hindi ko mag-get. Ang bilis nung refinance. Explain natin ulit. Okay, okay. What about pag-ibig? For pag-ibig, you need to check kasi I'm not a pag-ibig expert. Ano, if you can refinance. I know that for pag-ibig, alam ko once ka lang pwedeng mag-loan. So I don't think you can refinance. Pero you can refinance with another bank, with another institution. And yes, pwede, if may loan tayo sa bank, pwede natin i-loan ulit. You will usually loan with the same, ang refinancing, you loan with the same bank. Okay. So for example, I am, I bought a property, 5 million, I made 1 million down payment, nag-increase siya in value. Okay. Binabayaran ko rin siya through the years. But nag-increase na siya in value to say 10 million. Pero hindi pa ako tapos magbayad. Diba? I'm not yet finished paying. So I still have, say, 1 million balance after, say, 10 years. Kasi I have a longer term. Okay, so I hope that's clear so far, right? The value increased to 10 million, pero now I have 1 million balance. If I refinance with the same bank, I'm going to get a loan again. Okay, I'm going to get a loan na say worth 5 million kasi yun lang yung i-approve. That's what they will approve. So that 5 million, less yung balance. Ibabawas yung balance na 1 million. So I will get 4 million cash. Okay. And so I hope that's clear. And so I hope that's clear for you. Okay. Okay. So anyway, sa Q&A, kung hindi pa clear, ulitin natin ulit yan. All right. So that's the advantage, advantage of real estate. And I'll give you an example para clear sa inyo. Okay. Kailangan meron tayong solid na example. So I'm going to use an example of my friend. So I worked with my friend Jesse. So this guy's name is Jesse. So we developed a talk. We talked at the Real Estate Investing Summit 2 years ago, and I gave them this example. The example niya, he bought an old building. The old building is worth 6.5 million. So at the price of 5.7 million. So that's where negotiation comes in. But negotiation, he already made 800,000 na profit. Kasi ang value ng property was, or ang price ng property was 6.5, but he was able to get it at a 800,000 discount. So right away, meron na siyang profit. Then he made a down payment of 20%, 20% of 5.7, so 1.14 million. Okay. And then he spent 5 million to renovate the property. This 5 million was not one time. So he did not have 5 million. No, he actually sold his house. He sold his big house. He went into a smaller house para he could use some of that money, to renovate this apartment. He sold his brand new car and bought a second-hand car para he can also use that, to renovate the property. And he is a seafarer, so some of his income, he used to also renovate the property. So property na worth 6.5 million, diba? He bought at a discount for a down payment of 1.14. Nag-invest siya ng 5 million. So overall, mga 10 million, diba? 10 million yung value or yung pinasok niya sa property kasama yung financing. Okay? So I hope nakasama pa kayo. Overall, ang nilabas niya, 6 million, okay, 6.14 million, plus may utang siya na 4 million. So mga 10 million yung investment niya. Okay? So ito yung itsura. So he didn't make, it's not a wholesale renovation on the outside. So he just repainted the outside, made it fresh. So it looked like this on the left. So yung picture on the left. And yung bago, once it was done, that's it. So if you'll notice, wala namang masyadong malaking changes. Even, I think even the windows were retained. And so walang big change. Okay. On the inside, ito yung itsura niya. So inside, para siyang yung para siyang hideout, di ba? Hideout ng mga kriminal, di ba? Yung mga abandoned na warehouse. And so don't be discouraged when you see properties like this. Actually, you should rejoice because the more dilapidated it is, the more value there is to unlock. You should be excited when it's ugly, an ugly property. And so that's how it looks. This is a bank foreclosed property. The caretaker lives there. That's why merong mga damit. That's why there are things like that. There's someone living there. That's the bank's caretaker. That's how it looks like on the inside. So what kind of renovation did he do? So he just made it into a 52 or 54 unit apartment. And all of these are studio apartments, okay, studio units. And these are all in one floor. Meron silang common bedroom. There are units that have their own, own bathroom. Pero there is a floor that they have a common bathroom. So ganun yung ginawa niya, parang it's like a dormitory type of building. Okay, and it's in Cainta. The location is in Cainta. So this is not in CBD, di ba? Hindi, it's not in Makati. Although it's a pretty good location because it's walking distance from Robinson's Place, Cainta. Okay. And so it's very simple. You just made it livable. Nothing fancy. You just furnished it with basic bed, diba? Basic amenities on the inside. So you don't need to go overboard. No, if you are a real estate investor, you don't need really to spend a lot. Okay. And how much is the value of this property now? It's already has a cash flow of 260,000 per month, and he's actually selling this property now for 31.5 million. So balik tayo ha. He bought it. He bought it at 5.7 million, diba, with a 1 million peso down payment. He put in 5 million over, I think, a period of 2 years to renovate it. But in a span of five years, the value is now 31.5 million. Yeah. That's why I'm encouraging you. No, even though I will teach you how to buy property with no money down, you need to have a big vision like this. Diba? You need to have a big vision like this because real estate is more exciting when you have money. Diba? So that's why start saving. Diba? Start saving 20%. Start doing small deals. We will start small naman. But this is a particular example where when you get to this point, okay, this is probably Jesse's 10th, 11th deal already. Medyo marami na siyang nagawa before. Okay, and I'm learning from him. So this is the strategy that I will be focusing on, moving forward because I missed this. I was just doing small deals, but fortunately, I met this guy, and that's why I'm sharing this with you because the real estate is exciting once you learn how to do it, and once you have the capital, to do it. Okay, 11 million for a big building. It's a four-story building, a four-story building. How did he come up with a 31.5 million na value? Very ano lang, this is you can have an appraiser na appraise this. Okay, so medyo magkakaroon ka ng range. So basta right now we're selling it at 31.5. But even if we have to sell it at 30 million. Diba? Kung 30 million lang namin ibenta, ang laki pa rin ng kinita niya, 'di ba? So kumbaga kahit mag-sell siya ng a little bit from an investment, a total investment of 11 million, 'di ba, na doble, na triple niya yung money niya in a short period of time. Okay? Because you have all of the advantages of real estate working for you. But you're able to use leverage, you're able to use a negotiation, your negotiation skills, and you're able to you have control of the property. You can increase the value. You can increase the value. You can massively increase the value as long as you pick the highest and best use of the property. Okay. When did he buy the property? He bought the property 2016, 2017. Yeah. And wow, diba? So 20 million profit in 5 years. Wow. And okay. Okay. And more than doubled, got his investment back in less than 4 years. And actually, yung dun sa 260,000 na cash flow pa lang, profit na yun, you may have forgotten that he was renting it out. Diba? He was renting it out. 260, that's around 3 million every year. Syempre may bawas yan ng taxes. Pagpalagay nilang natin from 3 million, you're just earning 2 million. Earning 2 million less all of the taxes. Bawi mo na agad yung down payment mo. Yung 1 million mo na down payment, bawi na niya. Yung 5 million na renovation, bawi na niya from the rentals alone. Okay? All right. And right. So who wants to make a deal like this? And can you put in the chat box who wants to make a deal like this? And, all right. Yeah. Okay, great. So you just have to learn. You will just have to learn how to make a deal like this. Okay. And this is a good start. I won't be able to discuss everything. Syempre, we have limited time, but this is a good start. Okay. Think big, but we will start small. Okay. We will start small. Kasi I understand naman I understand not all of you have resources to be able to do that. Okay, even I don't have the resources yet to be able to do that. But we have to start with something small. Okay. So let's have a checkpoint. So far, which benefit of real estate do you like best? Diba? We talked about leverage, we talk about control, we talk about real estate being negotiable, and we said that there is a synergy when all of these work together, and which is the one that you like, diba? Control, right there. Negotiating, control, leverage, control and leverage. Yes, lots of ways to learn. Yes, all right. So I hope with this portion of the webinar, no, you have strengthened your belief in real estate because that's important. It's important that you believe real estate is the best asset for you, moving forward. Now, there are a lot of good assets out there. Stocks are good, Bitcoin is good, gold, silver, Forex is good. But I firmly believe that you need to have a base, in real estate. You need to have a tangible investment. Okay. All right. Now, the next part is what questions should you be asking? Because like I said earlier, some of you are asking the wrong questions. Diba? What questions should you be asking? Now, one of the top questions that I get is where should I invest? Is it safe to invest right now? Or where should I invest? Which location? Okay. Because I think many people have said, I think you've heard this from a lot of people, especially from agents and brokers, that the three rules in real estate are location, location, location. So yan daw ang top rules in real estate, location, location, location. But however, I don't believe that. So I'm sorry if you're an agent or a broker, but no, I don't believe that. I'm also a licensed broker, in fact. Diba? I'm a licensed broker, but I don't believe that location, location, location is the number one rule in real estate. Because if it was the number one rule, if that was all that you needed, why was there this building in Ayala? I don't know if you're familiar with this building. Right now, it's already being renovated. But for the longest time, since since the early 2000s, this building was unfinished. This is along Ayala Avenue in Makati. If nadadaan kayo sa Makati, if you're passing by in Makati, you probably know this building. Diba? Yes, that's the Jaka 2 building that's beside Standard Chartered. Yes, for a long time, that was an eyesore. Diba? Ang ganda ng location eh, Ayala. Why was it like that? Diba? So that tells me location is not number one. It's not the number one. Diba? This building, this is in Ortigas. Okay, this is on Ortigas. This is right behind. This is behind Robinson's Galleria. So ang ganda, di ba? That's a very great location right behind Robinson's Galleria. It's in the central business district. But for the longest time also, it was unfinished. But it was only finished, I think, around 2010, 2014. I forget the exact date. This was supposed to be a 55-story building, but the developer could not finish it. So they had to cut the development. They only finished until the 32nd, I think. I think there's only 30 floors. I sorry, don't remember exactly. Um, but you can see this building if you pass by Ortigas. It's right behind Robinson's Galleria. And right now, while other properties around it are already at say 100,000 per square or 150,000 per square, for the longest time there were a lot of units here that you could not sell even at 60,000 per square. They're having difficulty selling it, but it's in a prime location, diba? So this tells me that location is not the number one rule in real estate. So yes, that is the AIC Burgundy yata. Ayan. Eto pa, I don't know if you know this. This is at the corner of Shaw and EDSA. And Shaw and EDSA, very prime, di ba? Very prime. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the owners are making money, di ba? There are renters eh. Pero how much are they making? They're probably what, 200,000, 250,000 per month. Parang sayang, di ba? Sayang. Compare that with the property that is not at the corner, di ba? Itong property na to, it's not at the corner of Shaw. Diba? What building is this? Diba? This is at the corner of EDSA and Julia Vargas. Diba? Nasa tumbok. Okay, bonus points for those who know this development. Do you know what this building is? Or probably because you've been locked down for a long time, you haven't been here. Diba? You haven't been in this place. Mega Mall, yes, SM Mega Mall. Of course, if you're from outside, nga pala, no, you're from, say, Tuguegarao, Pampanga, you probably don't know this. But yeah, for those in Metro Manila, this is in SM Mega Mall. SM Mega Mall is now more valuable than Star Mall. Diba? Star Mall is in a better location kasi that's an intersection, Shaw Boulevard and EDSA. That should be more prime, but SM Mega Mall is now more valuable than they are, more valuable than this particular piece of property. Diba? So this tells me that location is not the number one rule in real estate. Okay, it is not the number one rule in real estate. Kasi if location was the number one rule, then this property should not be valuable. But tingnan mo yung paligid, di ba? Puro bundok, di ba? This property should not be valuable, but this property is probably worth hundreds of millions already. Okay. I don't know if you know this property. I don't know if you've been here, but this is Club Balay Isabel. Okay. Club Balay Isabel in Talisay, Batangas. Imagine that, is Talisay, even popular. I think the value probably decreased because of the Taal volcano explosion. But still, from the value that the owner, that the developer, bought this for, he already made a lot of money. Okay. Now, right now, people are saying there's no money in tourism. Diba? A lot of resorts are closed down, but this particular one is operating. This is operating as a luxury quarantine facility. Luxury quarantine facility. O, parang yung nahuli sa Clark, 'di ba? Yung Fontana. Baka kasi it's a quarantine facility specifically for Chinese. They did not advertise it as that. Pero a lot of yeah, my laboratory daw. But a lot of OFWs coming in, di ba, yung mga OFWs that were repatriated, they had to be quarantined. And saan sila ilalagay? So some of them, they were placed in hotels. Some of them were placed in resorts like this. And so even though some of the resorts are closed right now, merong mga resort owners that are they're still making money even during the pandemic. So imagine that, di ba? This is located in Talisay, Batangas, not a very popular place. It's actually in the middle of nowhere. It's not a rich municipality. It's not even probably a popular tourist destination. But someone made money in a property that's not in a prime location. So that tells me location is not the number one rule in real estate. And okay. So what is the number one rule in real estate? Okay. So for me, it's investor, investor, investor. You are the number one rule in real estate. Okay. The type of investor you are is the most important thing. Okay. So that's why it's very, very important that you ask the most important question in real estate. What kind of investor do you want to become? Diba? What kind of real estate investor do you want to become? Are you a hope type of real estate investor? Or are you the one that makes deals? Okay. That's why this for me is the most important question. Sure, your location, definitely I'll tell you, I'll give you tips on what makes a good location. But if you're not the right kind of investor, diba? If you're not the right kind of investor, you will lose money. Okay. So it's very important to ask yourself, what kind of investor do you want to become? Now it's challenging. It's challenging to become a real estate investor because you don't have enough money, right? Your resources are limited, right? And you don't know enough. But that's why you're here. That's why I commend you, for spending time. Diba? You could be watching Netflix right now, or you could be, you could be enjoying time with your family, but you are sacrificing right now. Now you're listening to someone that you don't know. You probably met me for the first time. Diba? You don't know me before you signed up for this webinar. No, you don't know enough about real estate. But that's why I commend you, for taking the time. Continue doing that. Okay. Continue expanding because you are the most important asset, in real estate. Okay. Again, what kind of investor do you want to become? Okay. I want you to become a systematic investor. Okay. Because you need to have systems. Okay. So what systems do you need to become a successful real estate investor? Well, first you need to get ready. Before you get started with anything, okay, I I want you to commit again. I want you to recommit to that. Commit to set aside money for real estate investment. If you don't have a lot right now, start whatever amount that is. Diba? If you only have 500, if you only have 1,000, make sure that you set it aside. Open a new bank account specifically for real estate investment. And every month, put in 20%. Follow the 70-20-10 rule. You live on 70%, diba? Live below your means. Sabi nga ng isa nating participant, diba? Live on 70%, save 20%, and then give 10% to the Lord as your tithes. Okay, I'm just a Christian. That's why this is my belief. But if you're not a Christian, that's fine. You could give 10% to charity, diba? Or you can give 10% to your church, whatever belief, diba? Support your church, if whatever religion that you have. Because if you believe in God, God is your best partner, okay, in any endeavor. Now, if you're an atheist, I respect that as well. But I hope, if you probably believe in the universe, diba? You probably believe in the universe, you believe in karma, then definitely giving 10% to charity will rebound back to you. Okay. But whatever it is that you believe, follow this. Live below your means, set aside 20% for investment so that you will have the resources. in the future. And if you increase your income, di ba, commit to increase your income, then your savings will increase as well, and you will have more ammunition for investing in real estate. All right, all right. Then get started to get pre-approved for bank financing. This is one of the first things that I'd like you to do, right? Prepare your ITR, prepare your pay slip or bank statement. If you have a business, have your financial statements in order, and then contact your bank wherever you have an account. Contact them and ask them how much of a loan can you get. Ask them to pre-approve you. Not all banks do this, but I hope that your bank will tell you how much you can get for as a loan. You want to have an idea already of what resources you have. Okay, so at least at the very least get pre-approved for bank financing. The bank is going to be one of your best partners in real estate investing. Okay, then befriend your bank manager. Befriend your bank manager kasi baka, 'di ba, you never know if you can get extra say leeway. Baka your bank manager can get you a lower rate, etc. Okay, so befriend your bank manager, get pre-approved for bank financing so that you know how much resources you have. Okay. Okay. We'll answer some of your questions. Yan. Will interest rates go down? Tanungin natin yan. Okay. Now, what other questions that you should have? First, what's your investment objective? Why are you getting into real estate? Okay. Are you building up capital or are you building up passive income? Okay. If you don't have a lot of resources right now, then maybe you should be building up capital first. That should be your mentality, build up capital. Some of you have mentioned that you want to generate a passive stream of income. And yes, that can be done. But passive income is actually, for me at least, passive income is something that is best targeted when you have a lot of money. Diba? Remember Jesse? Diba? Remember the example of Jesse? Because I would suggest you invest in multi-unit apartments. Okay, we won't be covering that, but my suggestion, if you're starting out, build up capital first. Okay, but if you already have capital, then go ahead, build up passive income. Okay, then ask yourself, what market do I want to serve? Because real estate is actually a business. What kind of tenants do you want to serve? Do you want to serve yung mga luxury market, the luxury niche? So that can be a good market to serve if you have the resources, because that takes a lot of money. Or do you just want to serve the masses? Di ba? Parang yung example ni Jesse. 5,000 5,000 rentals per unit. Okay? So, maliit lang, pero maraming units. So, eventually, you'll get large cash flow as well. Or do you just want to serve yung mga low-cost housing? Diba? Kasi yun pa lang, that's what your resources can support right now. That's fine. Diba? You just need to get started. Okay? So, pick what market do you want to serve. Okay? And then what's the condition of the market? Diba? What is happening right now? So, that's why the question, is it safe to invest right now, is actually a good question, because you're trying to gauge what the market is right now. And I'm going to answer that towards the end. Okay, we will cover that towards the end. So I hope you stay until the end. If you're watching in the replay, make sure that you watch all the way to the end so that you'll get your answer. If that is an important question for you, you'll get the answer. Is it safe to invest right now? Okay. And then, is the deal profitable? These are the kinds of questions that you should ask. You should be pushing numbers. Don't fall in love with the property. Fall in love with the numbers. Okay, you need to ask, is this profitable? Will I make money? Okay. Is there a clear path in this investment? Is there something that will stop me? Okay. Can I actually buy that property if it has an illegal settler? Or can I buy that property if it has legal issues? And so this is the question that you should be asking. Is there a clear path to get this investment done, or to get this deal done? And then what can go wrong? But think about what can go wrong in this particular property. Kasi, and you're not asking, you're not asking because on negative thinking ka naman. No, you should think positive. Okay, that's not the point. You should actually use negative thinking when you're investing in real estate because you need to plan. Okay, you need to plan for things that can go wrong. Okay, so you need to have actually a checklist of what are the things that could possibly go wrong with this particular property. Okay, so that you can be prepared for it. You're not asking to avoid it, you're asking to prepare for it. Okay, and and then what's my exit strategy? Okay, for beginners, I would probably suggest that you stick with buying and selling when a buy and flip. But definitely you can also buy and rent out. And so definitely that's something that you can do if you want to. But you can rent it out while you're waiting for a buyer or while you're waiting for the property to increase in value. And so just need to, for you personally, you need to decide what exit strategy will I use for this particular property. But it's good to have multiple. Okay, para hindi ka maipit. Diba? If your first strategy doesn't work, you have a backup strategy in place. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share with you, the deal maker blueprint. For those of you that need to go ahead, there's going to be a replay. There's going to be a replay. You just need to check your email. Okay, you need to check your email, but the replay will not be available forever. Okay, so you need to check your email once I send you the replay. Okay, now I'm going to share with you my blueprint. Okay, the deal maker blueprint for making deals. What's the step-by-step process? How do you get into this? Okay, so first is you need to prospect. Okay, you need to create a process to find great value properties, and just like finding gold, you need to go through a lot of dirt, to get gold. Okay, kailangan pag nagpapan ka ng gold, yung mga taga Baguio alam to, no? So when you're searching for gold, diba, ano yan, you're looking through a lot of dirt to get that small nugget of gold. Ganun din in real estate investing because not all properties are the same. Diba? Especially if you buy brand new, that's already market value. You don't have profit built in. You have to wait for it to appreciate. So I would suggest that if you're starting out, it's much better to look outside, to look in the resale market or to look at the foreclosure market. Okay, look for properties for sale. Okay, and then create a list whether you intend to buy or not. So even if you're not ready, you don't have a lot of resources, just collect properties right now. Collect information, okay? Because you'll need to be prospecting, okay? And then create a scorecard. Create a must-have. This will be different for different people. Different people will have different criteria for their property. So you yourself, you need to create a scorecard. Para you can score which properties should you prioritize. Okay, so you need to create a prospecting system. Okay, and that prospecting system can be as simple as just listing down properties in a spreadsheet. That can be already your prospecting system. Okay, because later on that's going to help you to determine values of properties. Kasi properties naman, in general, yung magkakatabing bahay, properties that are right beside each other. In general, if they're the same condition, if they have the same, more or less the same, say, the same number of rooms, the same style, they will have more or less the same value. Okay, so if you have a list of properties for sale that are all of the uh, same specs or same characteristics, then you already have an idea of what the market value is. So when there is a property that's being sold below market value, you will already know right away because you already know the market because you're doing step one. Okay. Step two, you need to do due diligence. You need to have a system, for identifying risks so you can manage them. Okay. What do you need to do? You need to investigate each property for potential problems. Okay. And you need to understand that sellers are liars and buyers are thieves. So this is a very negative statement, in real estate, but it's a reality for some. Some sellers kasi they don't divulge everything, right? They don't tell you everything. So if you're a buyer, you need to be diligent in due diligence because the buyer will not tell you everything. So you need to be asking, and investigating. And because buyers, if you're buying, you want to get things for free. Diba? Pwede bang isama yan? Diba? Can you include the furnitures already? Ayan. So that's why they say buyers are thieves. But just remember, do due diligence. Okay. And create the due diligence checklist. Yeah, there may be there are free due diligence checklists. You just search for it in Google. But I also have my own due diligence checklist that I give to my students. Okay. And step three, you need to analyze. Like I said, you need to crunch the numbers, determine profitability. Don't fall in love with the property, fall in love with the numbers. So you need to compute first your down payment and your financing. How much do I need to put up? How much financing can I get? That's why step zero is very important. Get pre-approved, but you already have an idea how much you can put in, into real estate. And then compute other expenses. Diba? Compute your repairs, taxes, fees, etc. Um, Compute your maximum offer price. Diba we have negotiation. Negotiation is the advantage of real estate. You need to compute what's your maximum allowable offer or maximum offer price based on your expenses. Diba? Don't go beyond that, because if you go beyond that, you won't make money anymore. Okay, so you need to set your maximum offer price when you negotiate. And then finally, compute your return on investment or return of investment. Okay, compute your ROI. These are all, you can probably search, for these online. But if you want to learn these from me, I would give you an invitation later if you want to become a student, if you want to learn more about these things. Okay. Now, step four is you need to negotiate, learn how to negotiate, because through negotiation, you can make a good deal better. Remember Jesse, di ba si Jesse, 6.5 million, good price na yun eh. Even at 6.5, that's already a good price. But with negotiation, he added 800,000 into his profit. So negotiation allows you to make a good deal better. But you need to think win-win when you are negotiating. Okay, you need to think in terms of the seller as well, diba? The seller should win, you should win as well. Okay, both of you should win. It doesn't have to win doesn't mean that you both get the prices that you want. Because if the price is too high, then it won't be a win for you. It has to be win-win for both of you. And you need to learn how to do that. And then you need to seek to understand, then be understood. So both of these are actually from the seven habits and the seven habits of highly effective people. And they're very, very important in negotiation. You need to understand the seller. Why are they selling? Uh, and how can you help them? No, that's how you that's how you negotiate. That's how you should negotiate. Think think from a place of help. No, you're helping a person achieve what they want to achieve. Then you just negotiate, diba? For them to achieve that, for you to be able to help them, you need to make them understand that you also need to make a profit from this transaction. Okay, so that's how you do negotiation. Think win-win, seek to understand, then be understood. Now, if you're an introvert like me, I would suggest that you write out your questions or your negotiation scripts. Diba? You search online for negotiation tips, and then you write them down para you don't forget. Because ano naman you just need to memorize a few of these lines para you're ready when you're negotiating. You need to memorize kasi ano naman, diba? It's not a good idea to be looking at your notes when you are negotiating with a seller. And you can use negotiation with banks. So even banks are willing to, well, at least some banks are willing to negotiate. And all right, step five, you need to have a system for closing the deal. Just the paperwork. Just make sure that um, everything is in order. So prepare contracts for buying and selling. Now, if it's a regular case, there are contracts available online. Diba? You just um, pick out a deed of absolute sale. Simple lang naman yan. It's actually very simple. So you can check online. But if you're not sure, I would suggest that you ask a lawyer, especially if there are special cases, no, special arrangements that are not covered by the standard templates that you download online. And just to be safe na rin, of course, diba? Just to be safe, uh, don't worry about mura lang. It's actually cheap to get a lawyer to prepare these contracts. But depende sa location, probably mga ano lang yan, 3,000, 5,000 pesos. So don't hesitate, okay, to ask professional help. Yeah. And then you just need to learn how to transfer contracts, okay, or need to learn how to transfer titles. So it's actually simple to transfer a contract. You just need what is called the deed of assignment. Okay, if you bought a property, say if you bought from a developer and it's in-house financing, you can actually sell that to another person by transferring your contract. You just need to ask the developer. But if it already has a title, right? If it already has a title, you just need to learn how to transfer the title. Or if you have money, diba, you can hire someone to do the title transfer. Okay, marami naman. You can hire that out. But I suggest, syempre, if you're beginning, but you learn all of these things. Diba? Monitor every step, learn all of these things kasi it's more important that you understand how these things work para hindi kayo naloloko. Diba maraming ganyan eh. Naiisahan, naloloko, they get swindled, they get scammed because they don't know the process. They did not make the effort to learn about these things. So if you don't want to lose money from scammers, learn the process. It's not hard actually. It's just, you just need to follow the steps. Okay. And you'll learn how to monitor the steps if you hire people. Okay. Again, most important question is, what kind of investor do you want to become? Okay, so that's why it's very, very important that you make the effort to understand all of these things. Okay, all right. So I'm not looking at the chat muna. I'm looking at andame. So I will be checking the chat later. I want to complete the presentation, uh, before ideally before 8:30 or 8:45, but we'll have time for question and answer. Okay, how do you make money from real estate? And make money, first you decide. Diba? Decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to use it? Diba? Some of you mentioned you want to use the what I will teach you to have your own home. That's possible. Diba? You can live in the property first while you're waiting for it to appreciate. Yun ang ganda. But you can't do that with stocks. So with real estate, you can use the property. But your investment, you're using it, and it increases in value. Hindi yan pwede sa kotse. Diba? It's not possible with other things. But with real estate, diba? That's another advantage. We didn't even talk about that. You can also decide to hold it. If you already have a home, maybe you just buy a lot, wait for it to appreciate. Maybe you have information that makes you sure that it will appreciate. That's a valid strategy. You can also rent it out. Diba? Rent it out. You make small money month by month. Then later on, you can sell it. Okay. So decide which of these four do you want to do. There are variations there. There are actually ways where you can rent to own it, ganyan. Pero I won't be discussing those things anymore. There's more than 100 ways to make money in real estate, but these are the things. As a real estate investor, these are the four main things that you can do, and then figure out ways to create or increase value. Diba? You may not sell it right away, but whatever you do right now, uh, will rebound or will benefit you in the future. Okay, so figure out ways to create or increase value. All right. So those are, before I get into the no money down formula. So very quickly lang, ano? And hindi na. Very quickly, the 6 steps. Step 1, you need to prospect. You have a system for prospecting. Step 2, you need to do due diligence. Okay, you need to have a system for due diligence. Step 3, you need to crunch the numbers. You need to analyze the property. You need to have a system for determining if a property is profitable or not. Then you need to prepare for negotiation, right? Also be systematic in your negotiation as well. Then you need to have a system, step 5, for transferring, control, doing the paperwork, closing the deal. And then finally, you need to decide how will you make money out of this deal. All right. So
Ano na
right,
chinelas?
those are, ayan, those are the 6 steps. 6 steps. Okay, we'll have a rundown through them again later. But now I'd like to go into the biggest question, the biggest reason why you're here, the no money down formula. Okay, are you excited? Are you excited? Let me know. Can you let me know in the chat box? Are you excited to learn how to implement the no money down formula? All right. All right. And sige, this is it. Okay, how do you pay for a property? Normally ba, how do you pay for a property? Yeah, normally price is equal to down payment plus financing. Ganyan naman yan. So if you buy from a developer, meron siyang payment options. And may down payment that you have to pay, then meron financing. In banks, ganyan din. They have a down payment, then there's financing. And even with some sellers, kasi a lot of sellers, they want cash buyer. But there are some sellers that you can convince na to you'll give them a down payment, pero you'll get financing. And so that's the normal way to purchase a property. Meron kayo agreed price, meron down payment plus financing. Now some developers, sabi nila no money down to. Okay? So, but unfortunately, so I'm sorry for the agents and brokers that sell projects or sell for developers. But when they say no money down, that's not really no money down. Kasi normally pre-selling yan. Diba? Normally pre-selling, habang ginagawa, while it's being done, say 3, 4, 5 years, you're actually paying your down payment over that period of time during the 20-year period. So, pag sinabi nilang no money down, ibig sabihin, wala kang malaking cash out. All right, there's no big cash outlay at the beginning. Okay, but you have a small monthly to pay while it's being constructed. Okay, that's how most developers do it. Now, because of the pandemic, there are actually mga promotion, especially for the RFO. So I would encourage you to check out those promos. Baka may good deal, diba? But that's not what I'm going to teach you. Okay, so I'm just laying down here. This is what's happening, but that's not what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you a bit of math. Okay, we're going to go back to elementary ba to? High school algebra. You solve for x, where x is the down payment. Okay, so bear with me. Kung medyo hindi kayo magaling sa math, okay lang. Simple lang naman to, di ba? Simple lang. All right, down payment is equal to price minus financing. Di ba? Pagpapalit-palitin mo lang yung values. Okay, solve for x. So, down payment is equal to price minus financing. Bakit important yan? Kasi if price is less than financing, then down payment is 0. Okay, again, if price is less than or equal to financing, then down payment is 0. That is the no money down formula. Okay, if you can find a property where the price is less than or equal to the financing that you can get, you can pay that without a down payment. Okay, I'm going to give you an example para malinaw. Ayan. A few years back, well, medyo matagal na, 2009. So we found this property. This is a 74 square meter condo. Malaki, 74 square meters, 2 levels, 2 bedroom. This is still in Pasay, Still there. It faces Manila Bay. And so medyo hindi ideal afternoon sun, pero ang ganda ng view, ang sarap diyan. Ang lakas pala ng hangin when you live beside the bay, ang lakas ng hangin. Hindi mo kailangan magpa-aircon. Okay, you don't need aircon. So 74 square meters, 2 bedroom, 74 square meter condo in Pasay. And it's near it's not so near MOA. So medyo malayo-layo siya doon. And it's nearer actually sa Lasal. Near sa Lasal. So BIR zonal value was 30,000 per square at that time when we bought, or 2.22 million yung property when we bought it. Okay? The zonal value, zonal value. Then I asked the property manager, how much po ba ang value dito? Sabi ng property manager, 35,000 per square. So 2.59, mas mataas pa pala. Okay, so just understand the zonal value is not equal to the market value. So according to the property manager, 2.59. And however, the seller was actually selling at 1.85 million. 1.85 million. Okay? So, discounted na. 'Di ba? Meron ka ng kita agad kasi below zonal meron ka ng profit whatever value, whatever resale value you pick. Okay. Ayan. So again, seller is selling at 1.85, but how much? How much did we buy it? Can you make a guess? Can you guess how much we bought it? Kasi we have negotiation, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Mhm. Okay, the correct term should be stretched down payment scheme. Okay, okay. That's the stretched down payment scheme. All right. So, meron nagsabi 1.5, 1.5. Ayan, ang gagaling nyo. 1.6, 1.25. Mas aggressive. Si JR, mas aggressive. 1.3. Actually, we offered 1.3. We were offered 1.3, but we met at 1.5. Ayan. So, we were able to acquire 1.5. So, we added to our margin by 350,000. Ayan. Okay. Now, if we got bank financing at 70% of BAR zonal value. So we got bank financing kasi for this. So I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of computation. So the bank kasi appraised this equal to the BIR zonal value. So sabi ni banko, sige, papautangin ka namin. Okay, we will lend you money, but the value for us is the BIR zonal value, which, hey, I'm fine with that because, yeah, I'll get, diba? I'll get higher money. So, can you do the computation? Diba? Uh, it is 2.20, the BAR zonal value is 2.22 million. Ang bilis mag-compute. 1.54. Tama ba? So, 2.22. Check nyo lang, check your numbers. 2.22 times 70%. Yeah, 2.22 times 70%. Yes, ang tama is 1.554. Diba? 1.554. Okay? So, magkano yung down payment ko? Ang hirap ngayon ng question, magkano yung down payment? Kasi mas malaki pa yung na-loan eh. Di ba? Zero. Di ba lugi si seller? Yes, lugi siya pero kailangan niya magbenta eh. Ayan, ayan. May sukli pa. So remember the no money down formula. Down payment is price minus financing. If price is less than or equal to financing, then down payment is zero. Now I have to be honest. I actually put in earnest money for this deal. My earnest money was 15,000 pesos. Okay, 15,000 pesos. I had money naman eh. So I put in 15,000 pesos to buy a property that the bank said was worth 2.22 million. Tapos they gave me a loan of 1.54 million. Diba? So once the loan was released, I got back my 15,000 immediately. Diba? So I actually didn't have my own money at risk. So it's the bank's money that I used to purchase this property. So that's why I said that sometimes you'll need a little, sometimes you don't need. Sometimes you won't need money. But like this example, case study number 2, we found a house and lot in Cavite. Actually, we found the seller. We did not go to this house and lot in Cavite. We negotiated with the seller that we will buy it at 2.35 million through seller financing. Sabi namin, okay, magbibigay kami ng down payment, 150,000, and then monthly. We'll pay you monthly for the next 10 years. And okay siya. I won't be able to explain why, but she agreed because that was what she needed. Through negotiation, we were able to find out what she really needed. And yeah, we negotiated to buy at 2.35. Now, why did we negotiate 2.35? Kasi we already had a buyer at 2.5. And so there was no risk for us. And our buyer was our friend anyway. So we did not want to make too much money out of her because she was our friend. But she was okay with giving us a little bit. And so we made 150,000 by flipping the contract. Diba? And the down payment that the seller asked, we asked from the buyer. So the buyer paid the down payment to the seller. We did not put out money for this. But so if you know how to make deals, no, you can do this. Okay. Question B, who paid for capital gains tax and transfer fees? For case study number 2, the buyer paid for that. For case study number 1, the seller paid for the capital gains. So they sold at 1.5 and they paid the capital gains. Okay. Yes, because they were a company. So huwag kayong masyado maawa sa kanila, no? The seller was a company. It was not an individual person. So it was a steel company. That was the payment of the developer with them. So okay lang kung medyo diniin namin sila kasi mayaman naman sila eh. They have resources for that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, lugi. Lugi sila pero actually hindi sila lugi ah. Kasi ano yun eh, ex deal yun eh. They just needed the money. Parang payment lang sa kanila yun. So they did not put out, nabayaran sila ng cash. That's probably just part of their profit already. Okay. And let me just mute. Okay. And now case study number 3, we found a 44 square meter commercial condo in Alabang. The seller needed to sell quickly. So through an option to purchase, we acquired the property for 2.5 million. So we said them, okay, I will buy the property at 2.5, but I'm in the business of flipping. And taga Marikina ako. I told them, taga Marikina ako, I cannot own this property because this is too far away from me. So I would like to have the option to buy it at 2.5 and then I will resell it. Okay. So we were able to resell it at 3.7 million after 2 months or 8 weeks. Okay. Now don't think that we made 1.2 million. Hindi lahat yan 1.2 kasi we had to shoulder capital gains, we had to shoulder the broker's commission. So it's a little bit lower than that. But that's, when you are a systematic investor, when you know how to make deals, you can do this. And you don't need to do this every month, diba? You can do this part-time while you're doing what you're doing right now. Okay. So again, remember the no money down formula. This is just important. This is it. No money down formula. Okay. Down payment is equal to price minus financing. You just need to learn how to find a property where the price is less than or equal to the financing. Okay, checkpoint. What have you learned so far from this webinar? Was this webinar helpful? Is this valuable for you? Did you learn something? Can you let me know? Um, or more importantly, before we get to the questions, because there's a question: is it a good time to invest? I will answer that towards the end. I would like to get your feedback, guys. Okay, there was kanina we had a survey before, diba? We had a survey before we started the webinar, but I would also like to have a survey with you guys. If you learned something, in this webinar. So I'm putting in the chat, and I'm going to give you maybe a few minutes. Can you click that link para ma-open na siya, ma-open na yung window. Tapos maya maybe during the Q&A, diba? During the Q&A sorry, kay iPhone ko lang nasi-send. Send to everyone. Ayan yung link. Okay? So can you please click that link? Open mo niya, kahit wag niyo muna sagutan, open niyo lang yung link. I'll give you time to answer. Para lang naka-open na yung window later because I would like to get feedback. All right, so thank you that you learned a lot. Too much ba? Sobra ba? Bawasan natin. Bawasan natin. Okay. Sige. So next time, babawasan ko na yung learning. Okay. So, balik tayo dun sa question. What kind of investor do you want to become? Okay, what kind of investor do you want to become? Now, for some of you, I would like to extend an invitation, because don't want you to be someone who hopes to make money. Okay, I would like you, to be someone who makes deals happen. Okay, makes deals happen. So for a few of you, can I ask who wants to become a deal maker? So if you want, can you type in the chat box, I want to become a deal maker. I want to be a deal maker. Okay. I want to be a deal maker. Can you just type that in the chat box? I want to become a deal maker. And in fact, can you say it out loud? Hindi ko kayo naririnig, no? Pero for you personally, can you say it out loud wherever you are? I want to become a deal maker. Okay. All right. Yan. Maganda. Meron pa mga exclamation point. Kailangan talaga may feelings. Merong emotion. emotion. Kasi mahirap ang real estate. Okay, this is not easy. Uh, there are a lot of pitfalls that you will need to navigate. And actually, 2 hours is not enough to download everything that I know to you guys. Okay, so for some of you, I would like to make an invitation. Okay, this is not for everyone. Only those who are ready to take the next step. If you're not ready, that's fine. Okay, it's okay. I understand if you're not ready to become a deal maker. But for those of you, I would like you to enroll in the deal maker crash course. Okay, in this course, this is a course that I developed where I will help you, okay, help you become a deal maker, give you the deal maker blueprint. So what is inside the deal maker crash course? Teka lang, clear lang natin yung guhit. Ayan, thank you. Ayan. What's inside the deal maker crash course? Well, the entire 6-step deal maker blueprint. Okay, I'm going to share with you how to find good value properties, how to discover little known sources of properties for sale, saan kayo makakahanap niyan. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a scorecard. So kung hindi pa kayo ready, you don't have your criteria for what makes a good property, I'm going to give you a scorecard so that you can objectively decide if a property is a good deal or not. Okay? And then you can automate your search kasi nasa online na naman tayo. I'm going to give you some tips to automate your search if you are busy. And then I'm going to teach you how to do due diligence, learn how to investigate properties and uncover risks, use checklists and fill in the blank forms. And I'm going to teach you how to analyze properties. Okay, so mabalik lang tayo. Dito sa due diligence, I'm going to give you checklist. Bibigay ko na sa inyo yan. What the same checklist that I use to uncover yung mga risks ng mga properties. Okay? Then I'm going to help you analyze properties. Kung hindi ka magaling sa numbers, like, di ba? Hindi ka, takot ka sa numbers, di ba? Hindi ka magaling sa math. I'm going to tell you how to analyze. Okay, if a property will make money or not. Okay, para hindi ka nag-hope. Diba? You're not hoping for money to make money. You know that it will make money. And then I'm going to give you a spreadsheet. Diba? Para yung spreadsheet, ano na lang siya. You just need to fill in the blanks na lang. Okay? Para if you're not good in computing, at least enter mo na lang yung numbers doon. Okay? And then, but if you're good in numbers, then definitely you can improve the worksheet somewhere. Okay? Then I'm going to teach you how to negotiate. Diba? How do you get the win-win? Even if you're a shy introvert, kasi ako actually, the reason why I went into engineering, because I'm a numbers guy. And after graduation, actually, I became an IT professional. So wala akong training in real estate. Computers ang alam ko. I went into computers because I'm an introvert. I'd rather talk with a computer rather than other people. Yeah, but now I've learned how to overcome that. I'm going to share with you how to negotiate even if you're a shy person. Okay. And then I'll also arm you again with checklists that you can use for negotiation and scripts so that you can deal even with the toughest negotiators. Para hindi ka kinakabahan. You're not nervous when you are facing even tough negotiators. Okay. Then going to help you prepare and read contracts. I have some templates, but if you have special questions, right? I actually have my lawyers. I can ask my lawyers to take a look and maybe even prepare the contract for you for a little price na lang kasi syempre we have to pay those lawyers. But you won't have to do this on your own, 'di ba? Hindi ka nanghuhula. That's the danger lang kasi if you're downloading properties, if you're downloading contracts online, medyo nanghuhula ka. Yan. I'm going to teach you how to transfer a title so you won't get confused. And you will no longer be afraid of reading legal contracts. Medyo nakakatakot when you read legal contracts, but I will teach you how to read them. Okay. And then I'll teach you how to make money in real estate. What are the different strategies to make money with real estate? And you'll have a choice of strategies how to make money. Okay, para you become a deal maker. That's my idea. With this crash course, I'm going to give you the steps to become a deal maker, teaching you how to prospect, how to do due diligence, how to analyze properties, how to negotiate, how to close the deal, and finally how to make money from real estate. Okay. Now, usually yung mga ganitong course, ano lang, once you finish the course, you're given limited time, but for this, you get lifetime access. Okay, actually, I have to tell you, I'm actually moving to a different model. I'll be moving to a yearly access, but because I made a commitment kasi na once I reach 100 students, I will be only the first 100 students will get uh, lifetime access to the course. Okay, but I'm going to extend it for you guys because I have 79 students already. There are 346 people in this call. Kanina nasa 400 plus siya. 2,000 people actually signed up, but you're the guys that went in here. So I'm going to give priority for those who attended the webinar and those who watched the replay, right? So for those of you that will sign up, that will sign up for this course, in this particular launch, I'm going to open enrollment actually on Monday. But for those of you in the webinar, you can already sign up, for this course. I'm going to open enrollment until Friday next week. And so limited time lang. So for those of you that will enroll until Friday, you will get lifetime access. Okay, so hindi siya, you will get all improvements. Okay, it's not yet a perfect course. I'll be admit to you, it's not yet perfect, but you can review it over and over again, and you can replay it over and over again. You can watch at your convenience, and I'll give you the forms, the templates, and the worksheets, and to help you make millions in real estate. Okay, and okay, and you get access to me for specific questions. So dahil lifetime access kayo sa course, lifetime access kayo sa akin. Diba? If you have questions, you can ask me. But you can just send an email, send me a message. Hindi lang instant, kasi syempre baka some of you are expecting na pwede nyo akong tawagan. So syempre busy rin ako. So we just need to schedule. Yeah, I cannot commit that I'm on call, but we can set a schedule. If you have specific questions for your deal, you will get access to me. I'm going to walk you through what you need to do, to make a deal work for you. Okay? And lifetime yun. Okay, only for those who will enroll until Friday next week. Now, normally, if you attended some of these, kasi maraming nag-offer na ganitong program, and sometimes these real estate programs, foreigners pa yung nag-offer. So kapag foreigner yan, 80,000 yan. Di ba? Kapag nag-aral kayo from a foreigner. Kasi ako nag-aral din ako, nag-enroll ako with a foreigner. I paid 80,000. Ayan. Okay. So but you don't need to pay 80. Siyempre, Pinoy tayo. Tsaka pandemic, grabe naman, 'di ba? Hindi na makatarungan na mag-charge na 80,000. So you won't need to pay 80,000. You won't even need to pay half of that, even if I think I'm justified not to charge 40, hindi 40. Kahit 20, there are training courses on real estate investing na at least 20,000 na ang value. Okay, but I won't do that as well. So this is going to be affordable for people. And I think by next month, I will be increasing to 15. Diba? I'll be increasing to 15 next month. So for you guys, you will only need to invest 12,500 one-time payment for lifetime access to this particular course and lifetime access to me. Okay, so I think that is one of the best deals out there in the market right now. Okay. Now, what other people say in the about the deal maker crash course for those of you that need to decide, diba? If you need some feedback, diba? Kung ready na kayo mag-sign up, diba? Yes, I accept credit card. Ayan, sign up na lang kayo dyan. Yung installment will be opened sa email na lang. Yung link to the installment. Ayan, teka lang. For those of you who are ready to sign up, I'm putting in the link in the chat box. And putting in the link sa chat box. Ayan. Merong installment, 3 months to pay, pero through email na lang, okay? I will send the link through email. Watch out for my emails, in the coming days para makikita nyo. Okay, paano yung course? Is it a pre-recorded video lesson? Yes. So pre-recorded na. I already conducted this particular course a couple of times already. So it's pre-recorded. But I actually, not written here, I actually conduct weekly lessons as well. So merong mga bonus lessons in addition to the Dealmaker Blueprint. Okay. And so I conduct live sessions as well. Okay, so what did people who have taken the course say? Sobrang okay ang details. So Caden Gray said, the level of detail, I put a lot of effort into making this as detailed as possible para wala kayong masyadong questions kasi details is important in real estate. Ayan. Your course, so sabi ni Benjamin, your course is good. 8 of 9 out of 10. Sabi ko nga, hindi pa siya perfect. It's a bit 8 of 9 out of 10. Okay. So si Arnulfo has already done deals. It wasn't the best deal yet. So parang sa kanya, sabi niya, medyo di pa ako happy, coach, but it was a good learning experience. So important lang naman that you need to apply these things para magsimula na siyang mag-materialize. Ayan. Okay. And then ito yung, well, so far, this is my best student so far. Nakabili siya ng lot sa Baguio, 450 square meters at 3,100 per square. Ang updated zonal value ni BIR ay 10,000 per square. Imagine that. Nabili na niya 3,001. Zonal value is 10,000. Bentahan daw in the area is 15,000. Compute nyo magkano yung kinita niya. He probably made 3 million in equity alone. Hindi pa niya nire-resell. Diba? Hindi pa niya nire-resell. But with this particular deal na lote pa lang, dahil na-spot niya yung opportunity, diba? Milyonaryo na siya. Mas malaki pa yung kita niya kaysa sa mga deals ko. Grabe. So I'm fine with that. I'm okay with my students making better deals than me because that will make me so proud. And so that is the Dealmaker Crash Course. If you are a special webinar attendee, you will get a bonus. And or kahit hindi ka umattend, if you're watching the replay, so not the reply, sorry, while the replay, even for the replay, there is a bonus if you sign up, by Monday. Now, for those of you who will sign up early, you will actually get a special module, raising capital module. How do you raise capital from other people? Because if you rely on bank financing, medyo limited kayo, only be able to do 1 or 2 deals. So after you use bank financing, you need to have other options for raising capital. So I'm going to teach you the 4Ps method for raising capital for real estate, and you'll have a step-by-step guide how to raise capital from other people, not just from banks, para you can continue doing deals already. All right, so this is a special bonus only for those who attended the webinar or for those who are watching in the replay. Okay, because this bonus will only be available until Monday. After that, hindi na siya magiging available. So if you decide to enroll by Friday, so I'm sorry, hindi na siya magiging available. Okay. All right, so again, what will you get? You'll get the property prospecting, due diligence, property analysis, negotiation, deal closing, and monetization, plus the raising capital module if you purchase or if you sign up by Monday. Okay, if you're ready to sign up now, do I do one-on-one coaching? Yes, it's one-on-one coaching because it's specifically for you. You get one-on-one access for me. PayPal lang ba ang payment? You can actually pay through bank or you can pay through credit card. Ayan, kung bank, ano na lang, just email me. Permission to leave, yes, you may leave if you don't want to stay for the question and answer already. Okay. And so again, get lifetime access for this course for only a one-time payment. And you can sign up using this link. I already pasted the link in the chat box. Okay. So with that, again, your feedback, I hope you will give me your feedback. Again, I will post the feedback link. And tapos we're going to, sorry, everyone in meeting. Ayan. Then I'm going to answer questions. Ayan, meron tayong mga questions eh. Kasi meron question dito, is it a good time to invest? And is it a good time to invest? Well, first, let's look at the law of supply and demand. A law of supply and demand. We have a young population. Philippines has a young population. Median age is 25.7 years old. In Japan, the median age is 48.4. In the US, it's 38.2. And so we have a young population, a young growing population. When these people grow up, they will need properties. They will need properties to stay in, 'di ba? Hindi enough, hindi pwedeng pagtanda ng mga bata, nakikitira pa sila sa parents nila. Diba? Hindi maganda yun. Kahit, even if we have strong family relationships, when you are 21 years old, you need to get your own property already. Imagine this, in 2018, 4,570 babies were born every day. So 25 years from now, those people will need real estate. Okay, so we're still a growing population. The Philippines is still growing. So law of supply and demand. When they grow old, they will need shelter. Okay. And good question. May market bubble ba daw going to pop due to the pandemic and or saturation? Like I said, the difference is right now we actually have a lot of people that actually need homes. We have a housing backlog. Okay, housing backlog in the 2 million and below market. Yung medyo delikado is the one in between, the 3 million to 5 million market. That's where there is a bit of oversupply. But yung high end, yung super high end, yung mga 6 million and up, and then yung mga 3 million and below, there's actually a housing backlog for that. And consider this, the Philippines is currently ranked 36th in world economy according to GDP. That's the current ranking. Pero by 2050, our economy will become bigger than Australia. But we have a friend here from Australia. And says, go ahead, you can already leave. But we have a friend here from Australia. By 2050, you may want to plan to go back here because the Philippines will already be bigger. The Philippine economy will be bigger than that of Australia. Okay. Young population plus growing economy will continue to push real estate prices up even if we have this pandemic. So itong pandemic na to will actually be a good buying opportunity. Good buying opportunity kasi there are there are developers that are actually offering deals. Developers were approaching me to offer their properties in this webinar. I just said no. We're going to do that in another webinar in a proper venue. Pero there are developers that experience the pandemic then. Some companies or some groups talagang bumaba yung sales nila, their sales dropped. So this is actually a good buying opportunity. The time to buy is now when some prices have gone down. Now there are developers like say maybe si Ayala, baka they won't discount their properties too much because they are well capitalized. But for some other developers, they are already offering very, very good discounts. Yes. Okay. Yeah. What about COVID-19? Ayan, COVID-19. Definitely merong slowdown sa tourism for the next 1 to 2 years. So kung ang plan mo is bibili ka ng condo, papa-Airbnb mo, baka hindi siya viable. For the next 1 to 2 years lang naman. Because we need to give time for the vaccine to be developed. So it's going to be a bit hard during this next 2 years. Pero once that vaccine is developed, Airbnb will become feasible again. Because people will still go out eh. Marami pa ring tao magyo-YOLO pa rin, 'di ba? They will still travel. And maraming retirees gusto mag-travel. And so tourism, the Philippines is still going to be depending on tourism in the next 1 to 2 years. Okay. We're actually behind our neighbors when it comes to visitors, but we will be we will be catching up. Business travel will probably be cut down also in the next 1 to 2 years. So it's going to be a struggle for short-term leasing. But for long-term, definitely meron pa rin. Kasi sabi ko nga, we are a growing economy. There are actually companies that are waiting to come in. Diba? Na pending lang because of the pandemic. They could not set up their offices right now. I know because I'm involved in office brokerage. So I have clients from China, I have clients from Australia. They're setting up offices here. So there's going to be jobs created, even if maraming nawalan ng trabaho, but other companies, there are going to be job opportunities. Okay. Change in preference. Yun lang, there's going to be some changes in preference. There's going to be increased work from home. So that's why siguro yung mga office spaces, medyo magkakaroon na increase in vacancy because some companies may now opt to downsize their footprint, but because of social distancing, that they can't downsize too much. Diba? They cannot downsize too much. So there's going to be an increase ng work from home, increased demand for less congested living spaces. Yung mga nakatira sa condo, for 2 months na naka-quarantine, alamang ano na sila, 'di ba? Na-realize nila, they realize the value of having bigger spaces. So there's probably going to be demand for bigger spaces and even less amenities. The amenities are not as important if you can't use them. 'Di ba? That's probably the growing mindset. And they will appreciate yung mga conveniences, that the grocery is near, the supermarket is near. There's going to be some change in preference, but real estate will continue on because, like I said, people are um, going to need shelter, especially, but their traffic is still not solved. There is still traffic in Metro Manila, 'di ba? Nung GCQ, 'di ba? Walang public transport pero merong traffic, 'di ba? So traffic has not yet been solved. So people will still want to live beside or near their places of work. Okay. Next. People will continue to need shelter. So real estate will remain one of the best investments for passive income and retirement for the next 30 years. Okay, that's going to be, that's the projection for real estate. All right, so is it a good time to invest? Yes. Okay. Yes, it still is a good time to invest, but stay safe. Okay. So safety is still important. When you go out to look at properties, you wear your mask, you disinfect, you practice social distancing. If you're not comfortable, if you're not comfortable going out, then at least watch the market. Watch the market, collect information on the market right now. Okay. So again, I'd like to invite you to the Dealmaker Crash Course. This is the lifetime access to the course and to me for a one-time payment only. You can sign up. You can sign up. Let me put up the sign up link again. Sorry. Where is the sign up link? And for those of you who are already ready, yes, you can. Will I be sending? Yeah, will I be sending? 12,000 equals down payment plus financing. Mura na lang yan, bro. Murang-mura na lang yan. So watch my emails. I will be sending some of the details also through email. All right. Question na tayo. Okay, sorry. Ano na pala tayo, overtime. But definitely, I will be asking questions. I will be answering questions. Ang dami kasing questions. So we have 25 pages of questions. So our REIT take. Right now kasi wala pang nag-open na REIT locally. I think we're also waiting eh. I haven't heard yung first na REIT was the Ayala REIT. Medyo nawalan ako hindi ako na-update if it's still in Manulife meron na, pero I think it's Manulife yata is not in the Philippines. I think that is in outside. That's a global REIT. Meron din. Okay, so good. Thank you. My thoughts on REITs, well, right now kasi because of if the particular REITs are invested in retail, 'di ba, yung sa mga ano to, sa mga malls, commercial, I think they're going to take a hit in the next next 2 years, while everyone is still recovering. But REIT is a good investment. Yeah, it's a good avenue for people who want to get started, in real estate. So I would recommend getting in a REIT. The only problem is you don't have control, diba? You don't have the benefit of being able to say um, improve improve the value of a property and all that. Para siyang stock. Ganun, parang ganun na REIT, para siyang stock. It's something that it's good to have, but I would still suggest that you own real estate also, because that's where you maximize value in real estate. And one of the questions that was sent in was, how do I know I'm looking at a great deal? So I will teach that in the crash course. But if you're able to apply yung formula, the no money down formula, 'di ba, naibaba mo yung pricing, then you already know, 'di ba? Kapag naibaba mo yung price from the asking price, tapos na-compare mo from other properties that you've already made money, then you already um, made money in that deal. It already looks like a good deal. Ayan. Kailangan ko, may mute ko lang po. Kailangan pala tanggalin ko yung check. Ayan. Mali pala yung ginagawa ko all this time. Okay. Do I need to be a licensed broker to do all these? No, you don't. You don't need to be a licensed broker to become an investor. No, ang broker kasi, ang role ng broker is to sell other people's property on their behalf. Diba? You're going to offer a marketing service for them. You'll find a buyer for them. You don't put out money. Diba? You're not buying their property. So you're just serving as their sales arm. Diba? You'll help them sell their property. But if you're buying a property, you don't need a license for that. Diba? If you're getting into a contract with another person to buy their property, and then you're going to flip that contract to another person, you don't need a license for that. Okay, because you are dealing with that person as a principal. Okay. Okay, so meron question from J.A. Mendoza. I hope you're here, J.A., or I hope you are watching in the replay. I'm just starting out, di ba? Wala siyang, he's just married. How can we start investing in real estate? So I already gave you the blueprint. Pero sabi niya, how to do this as a person, as a young beginner with no person of influence nearby. So I would invite you to sign up to the Dealmaker Crash Course. So let me guide you, let me mentor you to get started in real estate. Lifetime yung access naman yan. So di tayo nagmamadali. You don't need to make a deal next week or next month, di ba? Lifetime tayo magkasama. Okay. Saan mas maganda bumili ng property? Foreclosed properties ng Pag-ibig, properties from banks, or private property sellers? Like I said earlier, that is not the right question. Kasi you can make money from any of these. Diba? You just need to find the right deal. Okay? You just need to get all the options and then find the best deal for you. Okay? Dami nating question, ano? Kaya important na may mentor kayo. Ayan, kaya guys, important na may mentor kayo. Sa dami niyong question. On flipping, medyo ang nababasa ko yung mga latest. Permission to leave, go ahead. If you're not interested in the questions anymore, you are free to leave. Just make sure that you answer the post-webinar survey. Okay, I hope you answer the post-webinar survey. Give me feedback on how can I improve the webinar, and what other topics you'd like to learn in the future. Okay, so again, type ko lang ulit yung link. I can only, medyo overtime na pala tayo guys, no? So I'm very sorry it took too much time. But I will end at 9:30 para naman makapagpahinga na kayo. Ayan, just put in the link. I put in the link doon sa survey. If you want to leave, that's fine, but please make sure to answer the survey. Okay, kapag bukas ako magbayad, okay lang. Yes, you can pay tomorrow, you can pay on Monday, that's fine. Timeline for the crash course. Okay, for the crash course, these are already pre-recorded videos. So ang timeline yan is once you enroll, you will get access to the first module. Diba? You already get access to the first module. And then I will release access to the module, one module per week. Yeah, so for the next 6 weeks, you're going to get one module, or 7 weeks for those of you that sign up until Monday. So pre-recorded na to, once it's ready for you to access, you can watch it anytime. How much time can you commit? It's really up to you. Kasi yung lessons naman, I already broke it down na you can say, pwedeng 5 minutes lang ibang videos, 15 minutes lang ibang video. So if you want to go slow, that's fine. Okay, again, lifetime access. You can study this for the rest of your life naman. So you don't need to make a huge time commitment. But I would suggest, di ba, if you want to become deal maker, try to put in as much time as you can. Okay, and then do what you need to do. Kasi meron akong mga isa-suggest that you do things. So you do those things, you do those exercises. Yun, extra na yun. That's really up to you to implement. Okay? Should a property be bought via rent-to-own scheme from an individual? Medyo ano na yan. So medyo super detailed na. I would suggest, kung medyo specific na, di ba, if you have specific concerns with your transactions or with your deals, I would suggest you sign up. Kasi 12.5 lang naman siya. Okay? So para masagot natin, medyo marami tayong questions. Okay. How do we protect ourselves from swindlers? So nasabi ko nga, if you know how to make deals, hindi ka masiswindle. If you know the process, hindi ka masiswindle. If you know how to check fake titles, I'll teach all of that. If you know how to do due diligence, diba? I'll teach that. Hindi ka masiswindle. So you really have to learn. So you can learn these things outside, or you can learn this inside my course. What is my take in pasalo? Is it legal and safe? Yes, legal naman ang pasalo. Pero you just need to make sure na kapag sasaluhin mo, saluhin mo using your own financing. Kasi yung iba, sinasabi nila, bayaran mo yung utang ko, di ba? Ikaw yung magbayad sa utang ko. Hindi pa natin kailangan mag-transfer. Bibigyan lang kita ng SPA. And if you are medyo risk taker ka, okay lang, di ba? You can do that. But the safest way is to get your own financing. Di ba? You take out whatever yung loan nila, you take out with your own financing. Tapos, para your own bank will do due diligence on the property. Yun yung another advantage when you take bank financing. The bank will do due diligence. Kapag hindi ka nila inaprubahan for a loan, kasi sabi nila meron sila nakitang problem sa property, di ba, ano ka na naligtas ka na from the swindler. Di ba? Okay. View on buy and hold strategy. Buy and hold is okay. Buy and hold, lalo na kung pinaparent mo naman siya, that's okay. As long as you made money right at the start. Diba? Okay, you just need to learn how to make deals from the beginning. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for those who've done the survey. Thank you for signing up to the course. Given wrong passwords, Irene, just email me. Yeah, you know naman my email, so I'll correct that. We'll correct that. Okay. Oh yeah, tama, nag-sign up ka na yata before. So sige, Irene, nag-sign up ka na before. Email me na lang. Okay, ang dami. Sorry, ang dami. What are the failures in real estate investing and how you turn those failures to be who you are right now? Ako, dami ko ring failures. But you just have to learn from those failures. Kasi the good thing with real estate naman, and the good thing if you are a deal maker, you're also a problem solver. Diba? You just need to have that mindset. Okay, what's the problem? How do I solve this problem? Kasi on my very first deal, I made some assumptions na hindi pala tama. Yung first property namin, sa Muntinlupa siya, and we assumed na dahil sa area na yun walang tubig, they would be fine with having water delivered to them. Pero I was wrong. So how did we correct that? Nag-install kami ng ng deep well. 'Di ba? Ng deep well, merong pump doon kumukuha ng tubig para sila mismo meron silang tubig in addition sa papadeliver ng tubig. So you have to solve problems. Kung merong failure, you just deal with it. That's why it's good to, if you're young, it's okay to have failures. That's part of life. That's part of learning. It will make you stronger. It will make you a better deal maker. But my role for those who are my students, at least I will guide you. Para hindi na kayo, you will not make the same mistakes again. Diba? You can already avoid making huge mistakes. Okay? What we present sa bank para ma-approve yung financing, uh, syempre kailangan nyo yung, tas sabi ko kanina, di ba, yung ano nyo, yung financial documents nyo. That's yung you need to prove capacity to pay. For the seller side, kung meron na kayong property na bibilhin, you will need to show the title and the tax declaration. Normally, yun yung minimum. Title and tax deck plus yung tax receipt na updated na tax receipt. Which is better, bank financing or pag-ibig? Pareho lang. For me, maximize both. Di ba? Use pag-ibig, use bank financing. Okay. Ah, recommended ba yung San Latera? Nako, yung San Latera, medyo mahirap yan. Medyo risky siya for me. Basta make sure kapag nagpapasan Latera ka, ikaw yung may hawak ng ano, ikaw yung may hawak ng title. Medyo ano yan eh, medyo gray area. So maraming masyadong ginagawa, iba-iba ang mga tao. But kung magpapasang Latera ka, for example, magsasangla sa'yo, di ba? Magsasangla sa'yo, definitely hawakan mo yung title. Okay, ang hirap kasi dyan, pag nagpasanlatera ka, di ba, hawak mo yung title. Ikaw yung, anyway, ikaw naman dapat yung may hawak ng property. So ikaw yung magpapa-rent out. Pero kung ikaw yung magsasanlatera, di ba, ikaw yung magbabayad para umano doon, para mag-occupy doon sa property. Nang hindi mo hawak yung title, malabo yun. Okay, kasi kung hindi mo hawak yung title, mahirapan ka. Alright? If you enroll, will there be an online portal? Yes, you'll have an online portal. And I'll give you my email and I'll add you on Facebook para you can message me. Percent return on investment would you consider? Depends sa ano. Kasi if you're flipping, di ba, mas maganda if you can have a good buffer. Iba-iba naman tayo. So ako, normally, it's not the percentage for me. For me, it's more of yung gross amount, magkano yung matatanggap ko. Diba? Ako, I'm happy with 300,000, 500, ganyan. When I was starting out, I was happy with 100,000, 150, ganyan. So it depends. Depende sa'yo how much you want to make. But if you have money, diba, if you're putting in money, I would suggest that you target at least na you'll make half of that if you're flipping, diba? Or at least double your money if you're flipping. So it's really up to you. Pwedeng you make 50%. Some people, lalo na yung mga nagre-renovate, kasi pag nagre-renovate ka or nagbe-build and sell ka, yung profit mo, 20% na lang. Medyo bumababa. The more money that you put in, medyo bumababa yung ROI mo. But that's fine. Kasi kung nagput in ka ng 5 million pero kumita ka ng 1 million, that's still, for me, that's still a good deal. Kasi saan ka makahanap ng ganun, di ba? All right. In terms of rental, ang consensus is 7%. Okay, some people, they say 7%. If you can find a deal that can make you higher, that's fine as well. So if you can make 10%, that's a really, really, really good deal. Diba? Advice for a 19-year-old who wants to get into real estate. Invest in learning. Okay, invest in learning. So if you have money to set aside to enroll in this course, then go ahead and enroll. If not, you may want to become a real estate agent para at least matuto ka how to sell properties. Matutunan mo yung market. Okay? How much is the standard agent broker commission? Walang standard. Okay, walang standard. Normally it's 3 to 5%. The better brokers, normally they charge 5% kasi they work with other brokers. So mag-share sila ngayon 2.5, 2.5. Kapag 3% lang kasi ang binigay mo, ang paghatian na lang nila 1.5, 1.5. Ganyan. How do you get to real estate from IT? Mag-aral. So that's what I did. I read books, I attended seminars, to become an investor, and that's why I'm offering this, to train people to become investors. Which is better, buying a new house or looking for a foreclosed basura? That's up to you. That's your preference. My preference is buy a foreclosed or basura property. Ayan. No law will control the commission. Yes, there's no law to control commissions. Are there online courses to be a real estate broker? I don't know right now. Ano? With the new normal, I don't know kung mag-online na. Maybe that's a good thing to check. Advice for someone who wants to enter build and sell. Ako yung build and sell, hindi ko specialty yung build and sell. That will probably be a topic in the future. I will have to ask for someone who knows build and sell. But you need to have a lot of money for that, and you need to have people. Kailangan mo ng tao to go to build and sell. How to become a real estate agent? Right now, wala pa akong real estate agent, but maybe in the future, I would like to get a team them to become agents. Pero right now, wala pa akong plan for that. How do you determine if the asking price is too high? Pag lumampas dun sa maximum offer price mo. So that's why I said you need to learn how to compute. If it exceeds your maximum offer price, then the asking price is too high. Next time I will do a webinar how to become a real estate agent. Okay, do I have insights in Cebu? I'm sorry, I am not an expert in Cebu. One of the things that I teach my students is to become the expert in your locality. So I don't pretend to be an expert all over the Philippines because I'm not. What I want to advocate is for you to become the expert in your market. And that's why I'm teaching. That's why I have this course, to teach people to become experts in their market. Ayan. Usually po ba 70% of zonal value ang pinapaloan ng bank? So hindi. Hindi 70% of the zonal value, 70% of the appraised value. Kung ano yung value na ma-appraise na. Okay, so baka medyo mag-ingay na ng konti rito kasi nagugutom na yung pamilya ko. Dahil 9:30 na. So, I hope okay lang. While I'm answering questions, baka makarinig kayo ng mga pinggan na, okay, I hope okay lang. So, kasi nagugutom na sila, nag-sacrifice. Nandito kasi ako sa yung setup ko kasi malapit sa kusina. Yan ang new normal natin. Okay. How can one properly utilize pag-ibig and bank financing? So ganun, you need to learn to run the numbers. Okay, run the numbers. So para you make sure that you buy a property na meron kang buffer, marami kang buffer for profit. At yung kaya mong bayaran yung monthly na amortization. Kasi ganito yan, kung mag-flip ka, tapos it takes you say 2 or 3 months, kailangan kaya mong bayaran yung monthly amortization. Ngayon kung halimbawa, hindi mo kayang bayaran, pero gusto mo i-flip, iparent mo muna. Diba? Para meron kang katulong sa pagbabayad sa amortization. Yung renter mo, nagbabayad sa iyo, tapos ikaw, part ng sweldo mo, pinapasok mo dun sa investment mo. Okay? How to know the appraised value? Kumukuha sila ng appraiser. So meron mga method. The methods is actually one of the things that I teach in the crash course. So I teach people how to make their own appraisal para at least medyo malapit dun sa alam nila na medyo malapit sila sa appraised value. Okay? Will there be face-to-face interaction? So sa ngayon, ang face-to-face interaction is through Zoom. So I actually call, especially for those who will be signing in early, yung mga unang magsa-sign up, kakausapin ko kayo face-to-face. Tapos when you have questions, mag-schedule lang tayo ng face-to-face call. Okay? So one-on-one call to. And sometimes I have also group calls then. So you have, sa ngayon lang wala tayo nung live na face-to-face kasi because of the new normal, 'di ba? I have an at-risk relative that I need to protect. So medyo takot ako sa virus kaya hindi ako masyadong naglalabas. Personally, I'm not afraid for myself. I'm afraid for my family. Kaya Zoom muna tayo. Okay? So merong recordings pero meron din tayong mga Zoom interactions. All right? Kahit bare na lupa, not necessarily my building ay na-appraise. Yes, lahat ng property na-appraise. Kahit kahit vacant lot, kahit nga kahit nasa bangin na-appraise yan. Diba? So ingat lang kayo. Okay. How to sell a flip property if the title is still loaned in the bank. So pwede mo ibenta yan, but make sure that do sa presyo mo, kasama yung utang sa bangko, kasama yung balance sa bangko. So for example, nag-loan ka ng 4 million, kailangan ibenta mo at least 5 million para yung buyer mo, pag binigyan ka ng 5 million, yung 4 million ibabayad mo sa bangko, 1 million yung ikikip mo, less taxes of course. Okay? Pero pwede, kahit naka-loan, pwede ibenta. Is it advisable to flip using an open deed of sale to save on payments and taxes? Okay. Medyo risky yan, my friend. Yung open, ibig sabihin, hindi pa permado, no? Or wala mga pangalan. May deed of sale, permado na, pero wala mga pangalan. Medyo hindi ko siya, kasi ako medyo above board ako mag-deal. So I would suggest, instead of doing that na open yung kumuha ka na lang ng special power of attorney. Yeah, that's one of the things that you can do. Pero kasi ang problema diyan, what if may mangyari sa seller? 'Di ba? Pag may nangyari kasi sa seller, dadaan na yan sa estate sale probate, medyo laking sakit ng ulo. Although I think yun yung gusto mong palabasin for an open deed of sale. Merong gumagawa, I have to be honest, merong gumagawa niyan. But for me personally, I don't do that. No. Kung medyo risk taker ka, pwede naman. Okay. How much do you charge for consultancy? Kapag student ka na, libre na eh. Diba? So, pag student ka, for 12.5, you can consult with me multiple times. Wala nang bayad. Yan. So, that's if you enroll for this until Friday next week. Okay? Kasi after that, yearly na. Magiging yearly na yung program. Alright? Possible ba ang bank approval kahit maraming credit card payable? Okay, delikado to. Kung marami kang credit card payable, make sure na binabayaran mo siya. Make sure na binabayaran mo siya. Kasi kapag meron kang hindi bayad ng credit card, that's going to show up. Hindi ka ma-approve for bank loans. So you will have to use creative financing. Yan, kaya lang medyo hesitant ako doon kasi una kailangan fix mo muna. I would suggest i-fix mo muna. Try to find ways to make money aside from buying and flipping real estate. Maghanap ka. Anyway, tuturo ko naman other ways to get financing. But definitely hindi ka makagamit ng bank financing kung medyo hindi maganda yung record mo. Okay? Is it safe to buy a property in name of grandparents without it being transferred to heirs? Actually, pwede naman, you just need to get the help of a lawyer na familiar sa extrajudicial settlement of estate. So may dadaanan lang yan na process, pero dyan kailangan mo ng lawyer. Medyo hindi ko na kaya yan kasi hindi naman ako lawyer. Okay. Ano pa? Saan po pwede? Yes, pwedeng I will send the details through email. Okay, how often do I conduct seminars? So this particular seminar, I will conduct this every month. Okay, this seminar, I just don't know kung magiging free pa siya next time. So meron kasing nagagalit sa akin kasi napansin niyo naman, di ba, ang daming mistake. So I'm sorry kung meron mga mistake dun sa email. Nagagalit, unprofessional. So ibig sabihin kailangan ko mag-hire. Kailangan ko mag-hire ng mga tao to help me. So baka mamaya in the future hindi na to free. Ayan, but I will be doing monthly. This one I'll be doing monthly, and then I'll be introducing new topics in the future. Siguro mga 1 or 2 new topics every quarter. Pero most likely may bayad na yan. How much typically ang cost ng appraiser? Okay, I'm not quite sure na right now. Pero baka may makakuha ka pa at 5,000 to 10,000 siguro. To be safe, siguro mga 10,000. Baka sa provinces outside Metro Manila, ganyan, baka meron pa dyan mga 5,000. Pero siguro to be safe, mga 10,000 na ngayon. Kasi ako, I don't rely na too much on appraisers. kasi I do my own appraisal na. Pero when I get bank financing, si bank i-charge ka nila ng processing fee. Normally mga ano yan, 3,500 to 5,000. Yan, yun yung binabayad nila sa mga appraiser. Okay? Okay, ayan. Is it advisable na i-collateral ang house mo? Then use it to buy another property. Okay. So if employed ka pa, 'di ba? If you're making money right now, I would suggest yung ano na lang, yung bibilhin mo na property, yun ang magiging collateral. Okay, kung bibili ka ng property, kasi gano'n naman ang bangko eh. Bibigyan ka nila ng loan to purchase a property, tapos yung property na yun yung collateral. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Kasi I don't suggest na you take out another loan from the house that you're living in right now. Kasi lalo na if you're just learning, if you're just starting out, 'di ba? Hindi mo pa alam yung ginagawa mo. I don't suggest doing that para to minimize lang yung risk. So I don't want you to lose 2 properties kasi mahirap na if nagkaroon ka ng problema sa deal, 2 property yung mawawala sa iyo. Rather than isa lang. Okay? Ano pa? Any chance to know for a deed of exchange of 2 properties? Is it possible to transfer? Kasi walang exchange dito eh. In the Philippines, I'm sorry, walang deed of exchange. And pag nag-exchange, ganun din eh. Well, maybe hindi lang ako sorry, hindi lang kasi ako lawyer. So hindi ko alam kung merong exchange. Maybe possible kasi alam ko po pwede na magdi-deed of sale ka na parang yung payment in kind ang tawag doon. So may dasyon in pago ang tawag doon eh sa mga bangko no. Pero magkakaroon pa rin kayo ng 2 deed eh. Parang alam ko hindi yun isang deed. So meron kang deed na binabayaran mo siya, property mo ang binabayad mo sa kanya. Tapos maybe another deed na property niya yung binabayad sa'yo. So medyo for that lawyer na yung makakasagot niyan kasi I have not done that yet. Okay? Safe po ba yung 2 deed of sale? Ayan, 2 deed of sale. Ang daming gumagawa niyan. I don't recommend that. I think safe naman. Kasi kung ano yung notarized, yun naman ang sinusunod ng lahat ng tao. So, yun lang for you. Walang use eh. For me, walang use yung isang deed of sale na walang notaryo kasi hindi mo yun malalabas. 'Di ba? Kung niloko ka ng seller, ano sasabihin mo? Gagamitin mo yun. Ang pinanotarize mo yung undervalue. 'Di ba? So might as well, wag ka na isang deed of sale na lang kasi for me I don't know kung ano yung purpose ng 2 deed of sale. Ang alam ko, purpose niya to save on taxes. Pero the second one is virtually useless. You cannot use it for anything really. Pag nag-undervalue one of deed of sale, but put real value in contract for tax purposes. So, hindi mo na kailangan gawin yun eh. Kasi pag bumili ka na undervalue na property, 'di ba? Kapag na-negotiate mo naman na tamang value siya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-undervalue. So okay lang magbayad ng tax. Ayan. What if the seller may utang? May utang sa BIR. Pag binili po ang property, sino ang magbabayad ng tax? Ayan, everything is negotiable in real estate. So before you sign anything, 'di ba? Pwede mo sabihin na okay, magkano yung utang mo? So part ng utang mo, ako na magbabayad as the buyer. 'Di ba? Ibabawas na natin doon sa ibibigay ko sa iyo. So for example, 100,000 yung utang niya, binibili mo yung property 1 million, 900,000 bibigay mo sa kanya, 100,000 naka-allot na sa BIR. So those are the things that I teach dun sa closing the deal. When you close the deal, yan yung mga bagay na tinuturo ko. Okay? Is capital gains tax share of seller a law? No, walang law for that. Everything is negotiable kasi. Okay? Ano pa ba? Meron pa bang question? Sorry, masyado nang mahaba. Mahirap na mag-scroll. Kung hindi pa nasasagot yung question nyo, pa-type in na lang ulit. Tapos Lee. Sorry Lee. So one of my students is helping me out. Meron bang mga question dito na maganda na that you think I would need to answer? Safe to invest in condotel. So like I said lang ngayon, Safe naman mag-invest sa condotel, but of course it depends sa developer kung may experience sila in operating a hotel. And right now, medyo malabo ang mga hotel for the next 1 to 2 years. So expect na talaga magbabayad kayo, maaring wala kayong income for the next 1 to 2 years unless your hotel operator is proactive. Yan. How much percentage usually on tax? You can actually search that online kasi ang CGT is 6%, DST is 1.5%. Yan. Will the market be flooded by foreclosed? Ayun. One of the experts is projecting. One of the experts in foreclosed properties is projecting kasi even before the pandemic, tumataas na daw yung tumataas na yung uh, for mga NPL or non-performing loans. At mga banks are already preparing for that. Tinataas na nila yung tinatawag nila na loan loss provisions. So nagsiset aside na talaga sila. They are expecting na maraming hindi makakabayad. So kung maraming hindi makakabayad, dadami ang foreclosed. So for the next 1 to 2 years, dadami yung mga good deals in foreclosed properties. That's why now is a good time to learn how to invest in real estate. Okay, what is your take on commercial office retail investments at this time? So at this time, I would say yung initial 1 to 2 years, it's going to be difficult. Uh, but no, but once things stabilize, diba? Once we have those vaccines already, again, we have a young population, we have a growing economy. There will be a need. There will be a need for commercial office retail uh, 2 to 3 years down the road. So ngayon lang medyo mahirap during the next 2 years. Okay, payments for crash course. Pwedeng credit card, pwedeng PayPal. Yung installment a little bit higher, a little bit higher. So it's not 12.5. It's going to be 4.4 for 3 months. So may konting gano'n naman 'di ba pag installment. Ayan. Okay, pwede mo sigurong gawin, you pay it by credit card. Tapos dun sa credit card, i-balance transfer mo na lang para para ikaw na yung para maliit na lang yung interest. That's what you can do. Okay, how many should or typically how many should an investor get his ROI? Depende nasagot ko na 'to eh, depende sa approach. For renters, no, if you're purely renting buy and hold, some people are happy with 7%. In this now I'll be happy with 7%, but of course I'll be much happier kung more than 7%. Kasi for me, I don't look at hard numbers kasi nagbabago yan eh. Kapag tumaas ang inflation, syempre hindi na ako happy sa 7%. So normally for me, I adjust based on inflation. Okay? Which sites to monitor that is good for monitor everything kasi di mo alam kung saan mo makikita yung property. Deadline for lifetime is Friday. Yes, deadline for lifetime is Friday. For tax delinquent properties, safe po babayaran ng milyar tapos sa buyer na yung property? Yes, teka, for delinquent, sa ano mo yan sa LGU yan binibili. Sa local government unit yan binibili, hindi yan from the seller binibili. And meron yung redemption period. So 1 year pwedeng i-redeem nung seller. Pero ano naman, safe naman yung investment mo kasi guaranteed yan by the local government. Okay. Okay, sinasagot na ni Ram. Thank you, Ram, for helping me answer the questions. Ayan. Getting a good deal from a seller. All right. Posible ba talaga? Ayan, yan. Do you advise to buy assumed balance condo units? Yeah, basta good deal. For me, if it's a good deal, then you can buy an assumed balance condo unit as long as either the contract will be transferred to you or the title will be transferred to you. You get your own financing. For me, that's the safest way. Yan, medyo risky pag hindi na-transfer kasi. Okay. Do you advise good to buy foreclosed condo units? But not yet in possession of a bank. Nako, hindi maganda yan. Huwag muna, especially for beginners. Kasi kung hindi pa yan possession ng bangko, ikaw magpapalis niya, mahirap yan. If bibili po ng property, tapos yung value na agreed is different po sa appraised value ng bank, okay lang yan. Yeah, okay lang yan. Kasi the bank will make their own appraisal, tapos sasabihan kanila kung ano yung ano nila, kung ano yung loanable amount. Kung ano yung difference, balik pa rin sa formula, di ba? Kung ano yung difference between the price and the loanable amount, that's your down payment. So yun, kailangan mo na lang maglabas ng kaunti kung mas malaki yung price. Okay? Pero kung mas malaki yung financing, actually i-breakdown yan kasi yung 1 point, like yung nangyari sa akin, yung 1.5, yun lang yung binigay kay seller. Yung 54 sa akin yung binigay. Hindi yun binigay kay seller. Okay? Saan malalaman ng BIR zonal value? You visit the BIR website. Meron silang link for zonal values. Tapos hanapin mo na lang. Alright? How will you know if a condo has a lifespan? Lahat naman ng condo may more than 50 years. Yung ano kasi, yung 50 years na lifespan, that's an accounting procedure yan, accounting lifespan yan. Kasi isipin mo yung Empire State Building, more than 100 years na yun eh. Magwa 100 years na ang Empire State Building, nakatayo pa rin. Diba? So ang mga building has a lifespan of more than 50 years. Yan. In terms lang of valuation and accounting, hindi 50 years na yung meron kasi yan, you ask an accountant, pero for accounting purposes, diba, for tawag nito, computing depreciation, etc. Yung depreciation, hindi pa important sa inyo yan. That's more important for corporate investors, institutional investors. Kasi sila, kapag may corporation ka na kasi, or kapag business mo yung real estate, medyo pwede ka na magbawas ng depreciation. For individuals kasi, correct, if you're a CPA, correct me if I'm wrong, pero from as far as I know, hindi pa siya nagagawa. Okay. Ano pa? Problem ng malinis ba? Anyway, parang may sinasagot yata si Ram. Thank you, Ram. How will you know if a condo has, tanong mo lang kung kailan siya built. Kung kailan tinayo yung condo, yun yung start ng counting ng 50 years lifespan. Okay, dapat naka-mandate na lifespan. Okay, anyway. Meron pa ba tayong questions dyan, Lee? Yeah, medyo medyo nakakapagod. At totoo lang, di pa ako kumakain, gutom na ako. So guys, I hope you learned a lot, in this webinar. Ayan. Kakain na ako, and those who are deal makers, see you inside the Deal Maker Crash Course. And I hope for those, please make sure to complete the surveys. I want to do more of this. Yun lang, baka in the future, just to set your expectation, baka hindi na siya free kasi nakakapagod. At may mga nagagalit sa akin. So kailangan ko mag-hire. Kailangan ko mag-hire ng mga tao kasi I'm doing this everything. Kailangan ko mag-hire ng mga tao. So baka in the future, hindi na siya free. Pero very minimal pa rin. All right. Thank you. So with that, kung wala ng questions, thank you, Noel. Thank you, my friend, for helping me out. Thank you for attending. And feel free to watch the replay. The replay will only be up for, I think, 1 or 2 days lang. I'll have to check, with my guys. But that's it. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you start making deals so you can grow rich. All right. And I hope that all your deals will push through. Bye, guys.